plus attack. 9 to 10, the ultimate cute kitten. Everything is boosted by 10 plus.
Can we give that
That's
to
awesome. Hey,
11
Ivar, did I show you that?
Oh yeah, show me that.
What was
It's like
that?
still wrapped.
Fellowship.
The Fellowship of the
Fellowship
Ring.
of the Rings from like 1986.
No, I think the company, the place that we bought it, wraps their stuff.
Yeah.
Oh really?
As long as it meets a certain grade.
Oh okay. I was gonna say.
This is the bad thing. If you roll 11 to 20, you are a cute little snake, but not cute enough. Everyone wants to kill you, so everything is cut in half on your stats. Mr. Mimic Clean Curse. Yeah,
I want that one.
The light blue with luster dust. You now have the smell of lemon zest on you, which is irresistible to no wooden creature. For every treasure box you find, it is unfortunately a mimic. God rest your soul if it is an important chest and you are the first one to open it. Because every chest you open is now a mimic. Because you smell like lemon zest.
I want that one.
I bet you do.
Shadow's Kiss, a liquid black luster dust. I bet you thought this was I bet you thought that this was something that gave you shadow powers. Nope, your body has now become invisible, but your armor and everything on you is not. So, become one with the shadows. You have to make some cold air choices.
Mickey.
Number 10, the Oozy Woozy Sticky Wicky Curse. This is a dark blue with a little bit of luster dust. You have become a sticky mess. If you thought you could change your weapon out, think again. Everything you touch now sticks to you. Hidden until the event, should this happen, everything you touch now sticks to you, which also includes dead bodies should you walk past. You gain the weight of that dead body, and it makes you walk even slower.
Talk about dragging some dead weight.
Anybody would like some?
Is that dead body?
I want some.
meat.
No, this is it's Curse of the Sticky Wicky.
This is the
Cranberry, orange, honey,
Willa's
tea.
face. Thea, Willa, Carolyn. You answered all
Um,
of it.
the Coker's
I got
Curse.
another one that
So
you like.
technically, this is supposed to be called the Coker's Curse because this is supposed to be frog
Yeah,
eggs.
this one's
Jason.
Not yet. I've got my wine.
I'm good. Thank you.
Instead of
If you hit me
being-
up next week at the war, I will definitely drink everything I get my hands on.
Well, I'll bring all the bottles to war.
Yeah, they
This-
made
this-
I have
for
3
more.
batches that
Oh, sweet.
I just finished.
This one was a second
Well, they're not
favorite
that
called the Croaker's
100%,
Curse.
but
Pissing
good
off the
enough.
witch was never the best idea. Instead of being a health potion you thought it was, it's a curse. You now have no wisdom due to having the brains of a frog, and unless 3 maidens are willing to kiss your face that's been turned into a frog, you're going to have to wait for the potion to wear off. Also, you no longer have human speech. Everything you say must be in ribbits. One of the girls loved this one, Liquid Luck. You
Yes.
lucky bastard. Everything you earned or gained is now doubled. If you find any items, the stats have doubled as well.
Ooh.
Wasn't this one?
I would like
Liquid
I would
luck.
like a
Oh,
tome
that
of
was liquid
intelligence
luck, okay.
and that.
Lucky
Oh, we would
bastard.
love for Willa to find a tome of intelligence. Jerry's like,
No, you drink it.
sorry, you walked right into that one, Carolyn.
I deserve it.
Curse of
No,
the Flea.
you walked into it. No one deserves anything.
Yes, this one's a good
I
one.
deserve
So-
all things.
You are Curse of the Flea. You are near someone who has been turned into something fuzzy, but because they are magical, because it has magical fur, and you are not, you now have been cursed with fleas all over your itchy body. Anything you do now is cut in half because you are distracted by your itchiness.
These are horrible potions. I don't ever drink those.
This one's great. Curse of 4 legs. It depends on what you roll. 1 to 3, you are a bear with with +8 strength. 4 to 6, a wolf with 5 plus walking pace. 7 to 10, you are a fox with 4 plus wisdom. Or 11 to 20, you are a mouse, but all your stats are cut in half.
Tobias, you're just
That's
really
what I
good at
got.
shooting.
Yeah.
Oh
My God,
Yeah.
this started doing so much damage at the end.
I
Oh
know.
my God.
Especially when you still had your packed
Coffee?
double.
My pack
Oh
double.
my gosh, that was
Did you finish?
disgusting. Yes, I
You
did.
did. What'd you think?
I thought it was really great.
What?
Oh,
it
you're
so
sad it's
sadly.
over, huh?
Yeah,
Oh. Oh, you watched the whole thing?
I watched the whole thing. And I was,
Wow.
I caught up to you guys several times, but I'm a binger, so
Mm.
I had a hard time.
Yeah,
episode
you
for
just went
episode.
right up
So
my
I let a
nose.
lot go by, and then I'd catch up again, and then
Mm.
let a lot go by, and then I'd catch up again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna miss that one too. That was
I
a good
think
one.
I think my funnest
I
time
miss the Frontier one.
the
too,
one when I was
the
playing
Forgotten
Tobias
Realms.
was when the Earth Mother took away the powers of his flying ship. I
That
went,
was
That was so mean.
I rolled a
so
one.
messed up.
whatever.
Way away.
So
But-
mean.
Oh yeah, I went. He went. I said, okay, he's gonna have a nervous breakdown.
He did. He was freaking
That
catatonic.
was great.
No, remember, I took all my clothes
Yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah,
I went and pissed on her statue.
Oh,
that's right. I forgot about
Yeah. And the guards are looking at me and like, what are you doing? I
Tobias
said,
was
pissing on your
so
statue.
mad.
Raisins too.
Your god sucks.
Tobias was
Oh, I was so mad. I was so pissed. Everybody gets these wonderful things, staffs that kill titans, and all these magical,
It's
wonderful
almost like
things.
she might have known the trueness of your soul.
Yeah, I'm a shitty person, but like, and all I wanted, we had stolen a Githyanki astral ship,
Mhm.
and I think they were kind of hunting us down.
Yeah, 'cause
But,
they had a tracker on it.
Yeah, but I said, I just want I just want my ship to be a flying ship and not be able to be tracked. And
You had to be very specific about what you asked for.
well, you know what? You did a
And
favor for
everybody
a god.
was.
See, and this thing, I did a favor for you, and this is how you repay me by some screwed up like language. No, you know what I wanted. Anyway, so I went off.
He's still salty, man. He's
I
still
was,
salty.
I went,
The
I went
campaign is
off.
over.
Tobias
he died.
is
They
like-
had a funeral
Tobias
for
is
him.
now NPC canon, and he's still salty.
I know, right?
I don't know. You said he died, which I don't actually think he died. There was a
Well, I
funeral.
mean, mouse folk don't live very long.
Yeah, but he so totally tried to make a deal with the devil.
No, what I wanted to do is I wanted to become a lich, like
A mouse folk.
a
lich.
mouse folk lich,
Okay.
and then I would just be behind the scenes. Nobody would see me, but I'd still be like the pirate king. And then I would just say, "Oh, okay, we have a new pirate king. It's this guy and this guy. It's Tobias the 27th."
There,
know.
there's a possibility because he made a deal with the devil that when he died, he went down, and therefore he became a demon of some sort, and he could build himself up through the ranks with
Yeah.
his cunning mind
I-
and
I
become
probably
that
did.
thing.
But you
I probably started out as like Satan's toilet. Hey, Satan, how's it going? Hey, you think I can get a raise? Like try to work my way up out of that.
Your stupid faces in hell or whatever
Yeah.
that is.
Another mouse to another mouse.
I work my way up to being a urinal. Then I work my way up into like, middle management, just torturing the shit out of like larvae and stuff.
Oh my god. it's so
We end up
funny.
facing a demi lich.
And then I was like, I said, what would be hilarious is to have him as like the big bad in one of your campaigns.
You know me, man.
Oh, dude, I would love that. I would watch every single. I would just want to be here watching everybody. You can tell me everything about it, and I wouldn't say nothing. I
He
just
wouldn't
want
be the big bad. He'd be the bitty bad.
The
Oh,
bitty
the
bad.
bitty
Bitty,
bad.
bitty, 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 bitty.
No, they wouldn't
Hey,
know.
look.
They wouldn't know for a while because they're like, anybody they
he's
talk to would be killed.
Because he was killed and he was remade, he's finally taller than tall like he wanted to be.
Yeah, I couldn't even get beat. You know what? I met a god and they couldn't even make me tall. That god sucked.
Oh my god, I love it.
Like he really had, because of the few interactions he
How
had
many
with gods.
How many gods did you meet? that
Your stupid
didn't-
god.
I know, but you met
Your
several.
stupid
you
god.
met several gods.
And technically, he wasn't a god yet.
No, he wasn't.
He didn't become a god till the end of second season of Mighty Nine or whatever.
Yeah.
He was just a very playful Fae guy that just,
Yeah.
liked to dabble in the material plane and
Whatever. I
like
give
to
a
see
crap.
people do practical jokes in his favor.
Didn't
That's all.
he say he didn't want to be a deity? That was the whole
Yeah.
island arc, though.
Yeah.
So I was like, is he still
Yeah,
a deity or is he not?
Did you have a question today?
Ooh, well, hi everybody. Happy Monday as you listen to our banter and our snacking and our proficient weirdness, and we are off next week. So
We are
after
going camping.
tonight, we're going to a thing called War. If you want to know more about it, check out SCA.org and check out a war called the Great Western War, and that'll tell you where we're going to be. And that's what our schedule is going to look like next week, as we're going to be there all week. I also started a new contract job today. So Mondays and Wednesdays are officially my busy days moving forward. But yeah, we're Monday nights. And we have a new, I don't want to call it a paradox because that's not fair. We have a new theme before we get started, before we do our recap and before we do all that stuff. By the way, welcome to session 19, everybody. Believe it or not, session 19, where we're going to go around the table and we're all going to ask the conch how tonight's going to go. I like this. So I get to go first. Oh, great conch. Oh, marvelous, significant conch. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly because it could sound very poorly.
very dirty
Oh, great
when you
conch.
say it.
Is Morrow finally going to get his upcomings?
What did it say?
No.
I can't hear over the music. So.
No, she had the microphone.
This is what Jerry.
All right, you're next.
Shit, what's my question?
Is my dragon getting bigger?
Absolutely not.
It's very negative today.
Yeah.
Conch is negative.
Wow, you're
All
so
right.
mean.
Scarlet.
Will I learn any new skills today?
Yes.
That would be very accurate because we did a
Oh, yeah,
milestone.
we did
Mhm.
milestone.
A
Forgot about
milestone.
that.
So we have to do that today before we get started.
It's all on you now.
It's all on you now, Marrow.
Yeah, I just
1,000 eyes are staring at you.
1,000 eyes. Huh?
All of them crossed.
I don't know, is 1,000 on already?
Will I find a magic weapon of great use?
I'm pretty sure that's a yes.
Oh,
It's a
nice.
magic weapon. Nice.
Nice. Now get your hands out of your pants.
Jade will steal it before you get a chance to hit it.
Jade will steal it. Will Jade steal everybody's shit tonight? That's what Ivar's going to ask. Ivar's going to is Jade going to steal everyone's shit tonight? You're up, Jade.
Is there any chance that we did not kill the Coin Striker prisoner?
No.
His eyeballs are squished out of his head.
I'm still alive.
His head's this.
It's like his one eye is
Right.
twitching
I'm
outside
still
his skull.
hoping.
even the
Ray's dead.
even the conch knew.
Oh, great conch, in your greatness and wisdom. Will the DM accept the thing that I want to do to my character in my level up?
Yes.
Well, now we know it's lying.
Oh, great conch. Will Jade get all hyperactive and run around the camp and steal all the magic items and keep them for herself tonight?
Yes.
We're not going to say you were going to do that, but now we're saying you kind of have to.
That was, oh my God.
It's been ordained.
Not that I was going to, but now I'm going to.
Oh, yeah. Right. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I mean,
Oh my God, that was great.
Is there any bag of holding? Does that look like a? Is there a bag of holding? Bag of holding? Bag of holding? Bag of holding? Bag of holding?
I have a bag of holding.
Oh, is there a bigger bag of holding? Is there a duffel bag of holding?
Oh, I really
hope
like
you
my
forget
duffel
to
bag.
get
double
her
duffel
I
bag of
really
holding?
like my duffel bag.
A duffel bag of holding with extra pockets of bags of holding on the side?
Fires, double
Fire,
duffel
fire,
bag of holding.
fire, fire, fire.
My
Hey,
brain
fire.
just felt like I was hoping he'd get
I
bigger
figured out a
so I could
perfect.
get
I
bigger
figured out a
plushie.
perfect arrow. You have a bag of holding, and then a plunger system with another bag of holding that's open, kept open with a wire. And when you strike, when it strikes the target, that bag of holding enters the other bag of holding.
So, anyways, now that Ivar is going to take a sabbatical of nuttiness,
Boom.
so before we recap and we get started, we did milestone last session.
Yes.
We rolling for health, me?
So for hit points, everybody roll 2d8.
Oh, that's a very small amount.
Oh my god.
But we had our constitution, right?
Whoopity
Your
frickin'
con
do.
modifier, yes. And re-roll ones.
Oh, good. Thank
I
God.
rolled a 2 and a 3.
Oh, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You said 2D?
It said reroll
2d8.
once.
Well,
Re-roll
now
once.
Let's see what we have here. This is
Your
an
mom's still trying to
empty
figure out a D8 over there.
character sheet.
Yeah.
Do I get to add that to my my
That's
bleedingness?
Okay.
Bleedingness.
I got 10
Now
hit
you're
points.
fucking making up words.
Yeah,
You should
I'm
make up
sure.
skills. Don't you bat your eyelashes at
6
me.
and a 5.
Oh my god,
Plus
you're
your
so creepy. Yeah, I imagine like Theo would do that too, or Phil.
0.
Well, all of my characters have
So
at least a
added
little bit of
together?
me in them.
Yes.
Well,
The more I play
There
them,
you
the more me goes into them.
11
sounds
for
like my
me.
high school years.
Okay.
11 for me.
It's just like fuck. So gross.
Nice.
Right. So
At least I know your first kid that you know of was born after you were.
Yeah, that I'm aware of. Yeah, that's fair.
That
Fair.
you know of.
so-
Anybody on 23andMe? Check those stats.
All right, I gotta roll for.
Are you 30 to 35 years old?
38.
Oh my god, Hard Duck Dice, thanks for the raid.
Whoa.
Appreciate it. We're just getting started.
I think you're my dad.
Our last session, we milestone, so everyone gets to roll for their hit points and get to make up skills. Make up skills.
It's 11.
I'm your baby.
You've
That's my skill.
been talking about that one too.
Roll,
Yeah, I've
roll.
been talking about that.
They
one
have to
for
roll
while.
a wisdom save, and on a failure, they think that I am their baby, and they must take care of me as such.
And there needs
Well,
to be.
you know what? I think you should finally get a Craven feat.
Okay, I was thinking about. We also thought about that too. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm Craven, I get like a +5 to my dex and a +5 to my strength.
Because he's
No, each of
panicked.
my strength and my dex become 20.
When you become Craven, like
Yeah.
like you're so terrified, you're
Then
like
I can just
fast
knock
and-
people out of the way and get away.
He-
but I
he's
can't
running on
use
adrenaline.
it. See, I can't. I can only use those skills to get away.
So okay, so like treat it like a frightened effect.
I don't know
Like
if I want
you're-
that though.
Like that fight or flight,
Yeah.
except when he's fighting, he's fighting.
No, I won't
But
fight.
the-
Just if somebody's in my way, I'll knock them
Scare-
away. But that's
Okay,
it.
He
But
like,
I don't know if I like that.
okay, let's take for
11.
example, he has no dex,
11
but there was a
plus, I
moment
don't
in that
have any
battle where he
constitution.
got a 20 and he
Oh,
got
yeah,
out of the
sure.
way.
Yo, this
so,
reminds me.
yeah, it's
Sorry,
11,
this
so
whole
now you
thought
added
reminds
two
me of
Mm.
the new episode
So
where Jerry
11
turns
plus
into a pill
whatever
bug.
Like,
Oh, I didn't see that one yet.
Rick goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot I installed that in last month." Yeah, whenever Jerry gets frightened, he just turns into a pill bug.
I don't think it was frightened. It was like
The
trying
original
to
was
withdraw from.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he gets
So
angry at
now you
everybody,
got-
or
Oh.
he just wants to withdraw from like reality or whatever.
He
you
can
wanna
just
call
roll
it.
up into a pill bug.
He just rolls
Yeah.
up into a pill bug.
And then there's no way to get him out of
Yeah,
it
he's got to come out of it
until
himself.
he wants to get out of it.
Sounds so magical.
Either that, or I feel like I want. I feel like I want my. I feel like when I change into something, I want to be able to like
Still be effective.
totally mimic the person. Like if like I won't just be a small version of whatever I like. If you know what I'm saying, like if I probe them and I get the DNA, then I can like change into like a full size human with hair and everything, just like the person or thing.
How about once per day, you can mimic a target?
For how long?
Hour?
That sucks. I don't want that skill.
What about 4 hours?
No. Duration is an OP prospect. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean my
Duration is the only way you can mitigate balance.
I don't want to mitigate balance.
Well, of course not.
You,
You're a
what you do,
player.
I don't.
But at future milestones, you might be able to extend it with
Let's see,
practice of that skill.
That's
Okay,
fair.
DM help.
Well, but keep in mind, from the milestone perspective,
They're
we have
together,
to think
so-
about what you guys have done over the last couple
She's on
sessions
his side.
that would influence this potential skill that you're learning. Now, I think you've learned a lesson from when you fell asleep.
Uh-huh.
Two things.
Okay.
When you fell asleep on guard duty, I think it's an important point in your
Okay.
character development, and your obsession with this new stone that you seem to have somewhat unlocked, and you think it.
I acquire the stone and I meld it into my body,
No,
and then I can use
No, that's
all that
end game
power
shit, bro.
anytime
That's
I
end
want.
game shit.
Oh
no.
well, it's the end of the games, guys. I just got this cool skill. No, I'm just
It's-
kidding.
you absorb it into your body and then like
I know I'm just messing with you.
explode.
But
Yeah.
we also have the mini one too.
That's true. You do. You have the mini fragment
Maybe
from the other one.
How about
Yeah, where
once
did
once
who
every
has
long
it?
rest, I
don't
could
have
call
it.
down a
You have
death
it.
ray
Somebody else
from
had it.
an
I don't
orbiting
have it
spaceship.
It
No, I'm
would
just kidding.
go
It
in
would.
the-
You
No,
wouldn't
that's
put
good.
it in your bag. And I'm just
No,
like,
actually, I like.
oh.
Well, no, it's just you haven't used that at all. Like, I want you to craft that possibility
first of all,
in the
I-
game.
I
I wanna-
also have
But the
a jar of
milestone is
sand.
supposed to recognize
I
something
know.
that you've done
No, I gotta
already
think about it.
well.
I've done well. Okay,
Like really,
Your
you
mind spike has been doing really
you
well.
were kind of on a fair point there. One of the things you've been doing really well is when you turned into a Durgar and you've been mimicking things
Right.
and polymorphing things, and you've been doing a lot of polymorph activity.
Mhm.
Like you've been
Yeah.
doing a lot of changeling activities.
but I also want something that's good for role playing.
Go
You know what I'm
both
saying?
ways. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking.
Well, think on it. Well, what do you
I'll
think?
think on it.
It's the beauty of this. You can always just
Okay,
have it work in game.
there was a great idea that came up. I've been doing a lot of stuff with being in my tree form
Mm-hmm.
and my giant tree form.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm in fighting and I'm in base with someone, I would like the ability to root myself while I'm in giant tree form. By doing this, I can't move, but I get a +5, or I get 5 temporary hit points, and my
I
AC goes up,
I was going to say, I think
4.
it should bump up your AC.
and I can't be
And-
knocked prone.
AC stays the same because it doesn't make a difference in our size of being targeted. So that doesn't really change much. However, you become immune to certain conditions. You can't be shoved, you can't be knocked prone, you can't be restrained, you can't be grappled, right? So I would say this is a good description of something in your lineage that you've suddenly become aware of because you've been practicing it.
Mhm.
So like you have the heart of the oaken wood, or stance of the treant, or name it something that kind of goes with your lineage.
Mhm.
And I would say you have immunity to conditions of prone. I'd say you're immune to prone, shove, grapple, and restrain because you root yourself to the ground. The question is, if you design this as a pure encounter ability, like a combat encounter ability, there's got to be a duration to it that makes sense.
Okay.
So like up to a minute,
Okay.
which would be the equivalent of 10 turns. So it's got good balance. You can do it once per day, and it gives you a lot of conditional immunities.
Okay.
But then it's also a really good role play skill because then you can like flavor it while you're in game.
Do I get those 5 temporary hit points while I do that?
Yeah, you're pretty soft shelled. I'm okay with that.
Okay. There's one other quick thing I was going to see if I can add to that then, since I'm not getting the AC bonus. Since I'm rooted, I'm more in touch with the natural things. Can I get a boost in my attacks for my grown abilities, like my grapple, like my tangled abilities, like to, like for them to get out of it? Like right now,
As long as you're in that form,
like right now, it's only a
any
13.
target that is affected by any of your dex-based save attacks will get disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yep. So as long as you're in that form, any target that's subject to your dex-based attacks have to be dex-based, not strength, not int, not wisdom, but dex-based. They'll have disadvantage on their saves.
Like my entangled ability, and
Yeah. It's kind of like you just standing there and you dig your roots deep down, you hold fast,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But your move is 0.
Yes.
So your move will be down to 0. And
So is that like an action to undo that condition?
to drop that condition would be a bonus action.
You know, I have been like trying to do a lot of stealth stuff, even though I'm not stealthy.
You have been, yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna take stealth as a
Go for it. Yeah, flavor it any way you want.
Advantage?
yeah, take
or-
advantage.
Yeah, take advantage on stealth. Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense. You've been doing that a lot, and with your
you already have
polymorph and all that,
proficiency in
that
it?
makes sense.
No, I don't have
You don't have
proficiency in it, so I want to take proficiency in it. So
Take
All right.
proficiency.
It makes sense
Don't
for him to
forget,
have
if
that.
you're adding proficiency, you add whatever you use as your bonus.
So your dex bonus.
Your dex bonus. You're using dex, right?
yeah, my dex is only 13. It's not very good.
But
Plus
it's still
two,
plus,
Plus one.
plus one.
But it's still +1, so you'd get +1 to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
What
I
are you
mean,
thinking, Jade? Other than the fact that your archery sucks.
archery does suck, which is weird because I have advantage in it. And last
It's just been shitty rolls.
was
It's just
totally
been shitty
shitty
rolls. The nature of the beast.
Yeah.
The great random
yeah,
number
You
generator.
gotta up your archery game, girl.
Can she get somehow improve her modifier for archery?
79.
I mean, you can
improve
try. What's your
my-
dex base at right now?
My dex is 19. I have a +4.
So wait, let me get this right. You have advantage with your bow.
Yep.
You have
+4.
+4 with the attack of your bow.
Mhm.
And most of your bow shots can be either physical or arcane. And you kind of
That's a lot.
sucked last session.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you just go buy a new pair of shoes and just smile all day.
Right?
Okay, I'm
Right?
right around.
I was like,
Is that what you're
Are
doing?
you
I'm
kidding
sorry,
me?
number
My
16?
dice were giving me
Yeah,
like
it's like
3s and
plus 5.
5s
Yeah.
and 7s.
That's your new hit points.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm not feeling bad here. All
That
right.
sucked.
So I was like, is that too high? Because I was like,
Because we were doing a lot of 4D.
So
Yeah.
how about
I was thinking, with the
you
enlarged
can
reduce, I was maybe something pet related.
but that comes along with like Ivor's maturity. I think that can be flavored differently.
Okay.
I actually like the idea of taking your frustration with your good and bad interpretation of your bow shots.
Mhm.
You can burn a reaction to take another shot.
so
Because that kind of
now.
exemplifies your frustration with your archery, but also gives you an opportunity that instead of using your reaction during your turn, you can burn it during your combat turn, therefore giving yourself a third attack. I like that. But still, it's still an option. It's not automatic. You have to choose to burn that reaction to do that. Well, I like that.
Is that all I get?
It's not a heavy milestone. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, she gets to burn a reaction. She's got her nutrient feet.
No, my stealth is that's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Alright.
I think it's appropriate.
All right. Next one.
What are you thinking, Meryl? What do you think your character's kind of gotten focused in on last? What you've been here 3 sessions.
Kicking
now, right?
ass.
Yeah, resilience.
Yeah, right. Toughness.
You could take a toughness feat. I think that'd make sense if you wanted to.
Toughness, or I'm
That's a
half tempted to kind of like move a little bit towards 2-weapon fighting, but I don't know if that would be considered overpowered with everything else that I do.
Well, I mean, 2-weapon fighting. Once again, the beauty
Can
of this.
you do that while you're raging, because you're it's kind of a berserk thing,
Well, I mean, you could take a feat. We could call it the whirling dervish, and we'll say that while you're raging, you can like go into a frenzy, and while you're in your frenzy state, as a bonus action, you get some kind of bonus associated with it.
The Cuisinart.
It was kind
He's a
of
Cuisinart.
Well, I mean, don't be rude.
it's kind of
That
reading
reminds
up on the
me. That
character a
reminds
little
me
bit
of
on
that
the way.
blade
in.
barrier.
Yeah.
I know you talked about
And that's the beauty about this like milestone process we use
Yeah.
now, because we got rid of levels and we got rid of all the
right.
supposition of the
Like, you
pre-definition of
automatic-
things.
You automatically get that at a certain
Yeah,
level.
and we got rid of all that because I want the journey that your character's on to matter to your skill set. Like, I kind of feel like you should dabble in intimidation. I don't know why.
Oh my god.
I feel like that's the path that would make sense.
The,
for
the,
Scott.
just the
You know
smile you have on your face right now is
I-
like,
the-
yes,
the-
indeed.
See, I'm not familiar with what but I had an idea for going back to my origins. It was like I was thinking of Phoenix Fire.
Okay.
So when I get hit, my rapier, my swords create a flame that heals me.
Ooh, I like that.
Or maybe it's a life steal.
Ooh.
So when your character drops to 0 hit points, as long as if your character drops to 0 hit points, your
set on fire and come back to life. No.
No, I want to do it like the Phoenix Ashes kind of
Yeah.
reference because I know exactly where you're going. Just trying to think how best to word it as a bonus action or a reaction.
I think it'd be a reaction.
Feels like a reaction,
Feels like a
right?
reaction.
Because if she drops to 0 during a combat round,
Right.
she's reacting to dropping to 0. So similar to like resilience that orcs get when they drop to 0, they automatically come back
Mhm.
with 1 hit point.
Mhm.
The Ashes of the Phoenix. And we'll say it's a feat based on the fact that we're introducing you as a fire elf. So as a reaction, when you drop to 0 hit points, once per day, you can use Ashes of the Phoenix, which will allow you to maintain your return to consciousness and roll 1d12 hit points.
Nice.
Well, I like that. That works.
Yeah.
I just thought that up right now.
And then later on, your rapier, your swords, whatever weapon you use. Another one we could do in the future was like, you stab them, blade
then
bursts into flames, and steal life.
Oh, I like it.
See? So now you can be like a
Like
flame-based,
green knife or,
lineage-driven fire elf
Elf.
who's like finding their way in the world. And as you move through the world, you can evolve this way. All right, Bella, what are your thoughts?
I hit a rock.
Boulder throwing. You can see what boulder is about to tip, and with the lightest touch, get to roll.
You take the feet tipping
Summon
point.
boulder.
Summon balls. I mean, it's like, and then we did
Did
have
that
this
maybe
little guy
a
go
feet
through
jump
someone's
on.
lung.
You would be the Bane of Indiana Jones. Summon boulder.
No, if it turned into a snake made of boulders or
Boulders made of snakes.
Boulders made of snakes.
Yeah. Then you would be the main thing of Indiana Jones.
Can you do that? Autocorrect?
I don't know boulder made out of snakes.
Hey, she did stay in a tree for a long time.
She did.
Maybe tree climbing with advantage.
Or a spider climb.
Because it's like maybe he did a little bigger because he did go through someone's lung hole.
Your
Conch said
conch
no.
said no.
No,
Yeah, the conch has spoken.
Although I do agree that she was practicing every long rest, try to make her spiritual weapon bigger.
Yeah,
But
true.
that could potentially be an in-game thing as opposed to a milestone.
Yeah.
Like learning spells.
But she's pretty fixated on it because it could also improve her spiritual weapon
You
ability
just
too.
want the conch to be lying.
I'm okay with it being lying. It doesn't have to make or break the bank. Because
I wanted
honestly,
to
I'm
steal
trying to-
everything. No.
between her interaction with the natural environment and her focus on the spiritual weapon, it's really kind of the two things that pop out anyways.
I think the spiritual weapons dragon should start carrying a boulder.
It just hold a little rock and just let it go.
Not a little rock.
A boulder.
A boulder the size of it.
I think
So
your
it doubles
spiritual
in
weapon
size.
should become the spirit of the dragon. And what was once a small dragon spirit is gradually growing as you grow and is taking on some of the aesthetics of a dragon spirit. So we'll say your
Have a familiar?
your spiritual weapon has now taken on the permanency of the shape of a dragon, right? Like the spirit of a dragon. It acts as a spiritual weapon, it's slightly bigger, right? It can be bigger, which means we'll say it can move twice its normal rate, 40 feet instead of 20 feet as a bonus action.
Write that down.
You write that stuff down.
But we can
On your
also
character sheet.
say that your spiritual weapon has a 15-foot breath weapon.
Ooh, that's cool.
I love that
15
idea.
foot
Knock more
cone.
boulders.
Yeah, like a 15-foot cone, and we could come up with a target spec for it.
That's maybe like the,
Radiant damage.
based on the prismatic rays where you roll a dice and they'll either be like a cone of frost or a cone of fire. Or
It's a spiritual
Well,
weapon.
there's
It should
a-
be radiant
I-
damage.
There's a
Well,
spell
no,
that you can take
spiritual
as a
weapon is
weapon.
force damage.
I
A
know,
wi-
but
a
if it's
wizard
doing a
weapon.
breath weapon, it's
A
a
wizard
spiritual
that's
weapon.
Fireball.
It could still be
no,
forceful.
it's,
It could
a
look
Well,
like
no,
a
it could
breath
take
weapon.
it
You
could
can
take
give
on the
someone a breath weapon.
damage that's associated to the breath weapon. We'll say this is part of your leveling up or your milestone process, focusing on the advancement of your spiritual weapon, becoming a spiritual becoming a spiritual guardian of you.
It's a breath weapon.
And we'll say for now, the breath weapon is
Yeah.
radiant because it matches your clerical divinity, right?
Just apparently a
Um,
demonic shell.
But I think around its neck should be a conch when it appears. And now it has 40 feet of movement during your bonus action and can do a 15-foot radiant cone breath weapon,
Of damage.
which is so currently your spiritual weapon does what? How much damage does your spiritual weapon do?
D8.
1d8.
1d8. We'll say when it invokes the breath weapon effect, it's an additional 1d4 radiant damage. But the nice thing about that is creatures vulnerable to radiant will take twice that damage.
But we're in ice conditions, so
Desert conditions.
No, you're in desert ice conditions. Desert Highlands. So with that, where we last left off, which was we played last week, right? The team meeting Don Marshall Pike and their new traveling compatriots spent some time in town in preparation for their journey for the coin strikers to hunt down this nefarious group of embezzlers, these tirade of people that clearly stole from these individuals of the guild and should be brought to justice. On the road, however, the team came across a rather strange storm. An entity attempted to steal something from the Battle Vardo, was unsuccessful as Jerry managed to psionically control it and make it dissipate, but finding inside of its remains a small gem in likeness to the large gem found in the observatory, but on a much smaller scale. The team was on the road. They came across what appeared to be an outlook or a sentry position. Both Marrow and Scarlet, without Scarlet's consent, snuck up on this position, began to examine it, and noticed a campsite down in a ravine. This campsite contained what looked to be like someone imprisoned, but it was made up of an assortment of Goliaths, ogres, that seemed to be being led by a turtle of arcane proportions. The team put together an excellent plan to sneak in, slit all their throats, and finally win D&D. What really happened was they got caught sneaking in, and we unfolded the battle. At the end of said battle,
Murder
after a
hobos.
boulder had been knocked through the encampment, killing innocents and guilty alike,
Right.
a very drawn out battle. All of you now stand there breathing heavy, looking at the carnage of the campsite. Yes.
I would like to go eat the wizard.
I would like to roll the bodies first.
Wait a minute. Time out.
So the conch is
Everyone
right.
needs to be probed first. Then you can eat to your heart's
Stay
content.
away from me. I'm still unconscious.
Is she unconscious?
No, you're up. You're
No,
up. You're
you're
not
up.
unconscious. Don't be unconscious.
You
She's
don't.
like, where'd you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that. That was near
I don't
Jerry's like, don't look suspicious. Don't look suspicious.
Like
I'll
you,
try
you
to
just
prove that.
you hear it.
See, the bonus to it though is if I
Remind
use
me.
my medicine, I can do an extra 1d4 instead of just bringing him to 1 hit point. I can roll a d4 too and add that to it.
So
Yeah,
as all of
it's
you
really
stand there
better.
after the insanity of this, I think it was only like 30-second encounter.
It was 6 rounds.
36 seconds.
Yes, 36 seconds of carnage. I mean, I would love to see it played out in real life. I mean, in real time. The boulder smashing the guy's head. I mean,
But we still have one
Oh my
alive
God.
that is pinned to the
Yeah.
ground.
Yes, you
As
do
the-
have.
As the boulder squishes his
Okay,
skull,
we can
the
torture him and find
sickening
out where he
crunch,
came
the
from.
brains spilling onto the floor.
So-
That one you can
The ogre was pinned by spikes. No, he can probe the dead
I think it
body.
was one of the Goliaths, wasn't it?
It was
Much easier that way.
I
Goliath.
wrote down
It was one
ogre.
of the glass.
it was
Yeah.
one of the Goliaths.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think it was one of the Goliaths. So
It was one of the ones that was attached.
as all of you are kind of spread out over the remains of the campsite, the turtle on the ground, Goliaths, ogres. All you can hear is "Ugh, as there's a Goliath over on a set of wooden spikes trying to pull his leg and kind of arm free of the spikes protruding through his leg. A very rough looking Scarlet, a very rough looking Thea, kind of, looking about.
That's strong.
The Goliaths and ogres are down.
Yeah.
The campsite is quiet. No sounds other than the struggling Goliath trying to get off the wooden spikes. It is.
Does it look like he's gonna get off the wooden spikes?
Give me a perception check as you kind
You
of
want to
gather yourself and take a glance at him.
whenever
I
you
mean,
want
he's
to
got an
put him out of
orange,
his
like a
misery.
stick in his- didn't he
Double
have, like,
twos.
He looks very well stuck there. He's probably not going anywhere.
So I got a 4.
It's not like you shot an arrow at him.
I'm gonna vivisect him.
Oh, vivisect him while he was alive. At least put him out of his misery.
If
first.
Yeah, but you find all the best nerve points when you.
But you know what?
I don't wanna do that.
That scream that you hear, that's just sounds leaving the
The
body.
best part is you look over to see Ivory. Her whole face is bloody red, and she's just kind of like eating one of the limbs of the turtle.
Oh no, I want to eat that first. No
Ivory,
way.
Ivory, wait.
I wanna
you have-
eat that.
Were there
Turtle
rings
soup.
on him? I don't want to have to wait till they come back out. Are there rings on the hand?
No, just like strange, kind of like ivory colored, like camel colored, like toenails and
Ew.
yeah,
He ate
Was it
stuff that he
hand
wasn't
or
going to
was it
digest
foot?
anyways. He was eating the foot. He was like down
you
in
said
there.
hand.
I want to make sure that I
Oh, I
probe,
meant the foot.
He had a
Okay.
staff,
I want
didn't
to
he?
probe
Mhm.
Yeah.
all the different creatures. So the
Okay,
Goliath.
so you're in the
ogre,
process of.
and
So
the-
give me a medicine check as you
Okay.
do that
do
with
the turtle
advantage because you're
first.
probing.
I do the turtle first because I'm
Rolling
going for it.
You're heading over to the turtle to
Yeah, me
investigate
too,
him. Give
because-
investigation.
double
I don't want her
suck.
to eat the items.
Fair. You can do it in tandem.
I'm going to investigate the dead body of our coin dealer.
So you're gonna head over to the prison pen and
Yeah.
take a look at those guys. Okay, give me investigation as you do that.
I got a 14.
What number would I roll for that?
I'm pretty beat up, so I'm gonna try and bandage myself up as best as possible.
Okay. Take a short rest. Bella.
16.
I'm gonna go check out that
I like
donkey.
it for a
Apparently, my
short
boulder
rest.
did not hit.
Yeah, you go. Okay, give me investigation as you examine the donkey.
Really on a short rest.
17,
16.
Said
16,
said 14.
14 on your
We got
medicine check.
ogres and what else?
We have
19?
3.
There was ogres.
19?
There was
Alright.
Goliaths.
Oh, Goliath.
I don't know which
Um,
one your hit dice is.
16.
Wow.
That donkey
so
was
19
magical.
altogether.
Your
If
Yeah,
that's
I
the
got-
boulder.
I got 3.
D12.
3d12.
Yeah, I go for the
Wow,
turtle
that's-
first.
that's
Oh, I know before they eat
19?
them all.
Yeah.
I gotta find
You
a
rolled
list of
3d12.
stuff that I probed.
We have 3 hit die, not 4 hit die, right? For a short rest?
Yes.
Yeah. 3d12.
It did not go up with our milestone.
No.
And apparently I have 0.
Bella,
I used them
you
all.
find it fascinating that donkey survived. Just the pure luck of it, the outcome of it.
You have a lucky donkey.
You
It has a little potion.
please never say that again.
It's a lucky ass.
Yes.
She said
Please
it, not
never
me.
say that again.
She said it, not me.
So what's on the wizard?
Hold on. So Bella, you wander over to the donkey. You can see where both Willa and Jade kind of make their way over to where the turtle is. You can see that Jerry's in the process of taking his wand and he looks around in a kind of like a creepy fashion and then slowly disappears behind something, and you hear like a zzz, like the whole body of the corpse kind of quivers,
Oh.
and then he moves on to the next one. That's what he's doing. That's what he said he wanted to do.
Oh, he's vivisecting them, right?
No, he's probing,
I'm
taking
getting
DNA samples.
They don't do that when you probe them.
Do
From
it.
personal experience.
Now canon.
Meanwhile, Morrow, you're kind of in the middle of the campsite, keeping an eye on things and kind of wrapping up your wounds. And you see where Scarlet, you headed over to where again?
Over to the pen.
The
That's
coin
right.
striker
You've
body.
wandered over to the prisoner pen to see the condition of the survivors or lack of survivors.
Survivors.
And Bella, by the time you reach the donkey's ears kind of go like this and kind of look at you kind of strange, and
Was there only one donkey?
then goes back to like eating the grass and kind of ignores you. But it's what's on its back that's interesting, bundled in packages and There's coin striker kind of guild marks all over the saddlebags. The huge iron box on its back. Everything looks to be associated with the coin strikers, except for one thing. You notice up near the shoulder and neck portion of the donkey is a strange kind of ceramic container. Doesn't seem to bear any markings to the coin strikers. It even kind of looks a little bit out of place. It has a lid on top of it. It seems to be sealed with wax. And there's strange kind of writing on the container as well. Not writing you're familiar with. And it looks like it's been etched or scored into the ceramic container itself. And it has a bit of aged look to it, like something that's been brought out of the ground or something that may have been found. Hard to tell for sure, but that's what you see as you kind of approach the donkey. Scarlet, it's a mess. There are at least 4 other corpses in various degrees of post kind of violence and that suffered damage from the boulder rolling through. So their existence was already questionable. Now they're just paste and bone where you look. The individual that you saw go down, their body's intact for the most part, although slightly emaciated, maybe suffering some of the deprivations of imprisonment. Their head is perfectly flat. Just like jelly and eyeball. It's like bone, jelly, and 2 perfectly round eyeballs on either side of the flattened head. And you do recognize that they're wearing kind of decent clothing that's just kind of weathered and kind of suffering from exposure and not being kept tidy. The one thing you notice around their neck is a pendant. The medallion kind of skewed off to the side with the coin striker symbol on the medallion. As described, there were 5 that were sent. There's 5 bodies here. 1 fresh, 4 a little bit older, from what you can tell. Give me perception check as you're kind of healing and wandering the camp. As the 2 of you approach the turtle, there's a couple things you notice. First, you shoo off Ivory. Ivory's carrying a part of a foot. And just go.
I tell her to go keep an eye out for everything and eat
She shakes the
your
turtle.
foot.
And she
Ivory
disappears
should
up
get
to the hill.
immunity to magic
17.
Okay.
Ivory should get immunity to magic.
after eating the foot.
So as the fractured foot of the turtle is severed, you can see its little chunky femur bone hanging out. The shell is definitely interesting.
Okay.
It's both organic and inorganic. It's a melding of a metal that's not familiar to you into certain parts of the carapace of the shell. There's archonic writing strewn throughout the shell itself, like different schools of magic and sayings and words and kind of arcane appeasements and arcane statements, almost like this turtle was the very essence of its arcane infusion that it believed that it was. The body of the turtle, slightly mutilated from the combat, is heavily tattooed wherever its flesh is. The tattoo's unfamiliar. There's something strange about it. Either it doesn't feel like an ink. It feels like an infusion of imagery without it actually being ink, because the skin's intact. Like you look at a patch of the ink before you begin to turn yourself into your form to consume the turtle. Well, Jade is carefully taking the staff and anything else of value off of the turtle. In the back of the turtle's shell, imbued into the shell, you find 3 gems. Definitely give off an arcane light. This might have been some of its magical infusement it might have been using. The staff, roughly 8 feet tall, weighs a solid 20 pounds. A nice heavy bit of oaken wood with wrapped kind of silver and platinum wire, both at the base and at the top. And in the top, a small goblin skull with a gem, this huge ruby jammed into its mouth, and is currently pulsing with kind of like an archonic energy. Definitely get the feeling the staff is probably magical.
Yeah.
But by the time you search it, You watch as Willa transforms. Her roots begin to absorb around it.
Pouch, backpack. Wasn't there a backpack?
On its back
Mhm.
was a fuck. Got to give her one of these, don't I?
Yep. You tried to put my cat in the backpack.
Yes. Yes, I'm aware.
Well, actually,
She gave her another
if
bag
that's
of
offensive,
holding.
we
No,
don't
It
have
is not a bag of
it's
holding.
not a bag of holding.
No,
He wouldn't
it's
have
not a
put it in
bag of holding.
because that would have died, and he wanted it.
Yes, and he wanted it. So as you begin to examine the backpack,
Because
you
Willa
pull
can
the
have-
you pull the straps off.
Damn it, Willa! There are 3 gems inside the shell.
They pop out.
No.
No
Oh,
real
okay.
problem. You just, I mean, it doesn't even require a roll. They just pop
Okay,
out.
now you can eat the body.
I might have wanted to eat the gems too.
What do you do
You
with the
might
gems?
later anyway.
What hand do you prime out with?
I pry them out with your hand. All right, back.
So you pop out the 3 gems, green, red, and blue gem.
Ah,
As a DM, that's all you got to say to people freak out.
yeah,
What hand do you touch it with?
blue. Okay.
Are you standing within 5 feet or 10 feet of it?
Mm.
Of
kidding.
Willa?
Willa?
Who's standing? Okay, who's standing within 25 feet of her right now? No, I'm way over there.
So, with that thought in mind, so you have the 3 gems, the staff, and you kind of cut the straps of the backpack because it's oversized. It's not going to work as a normal backpack. In fact, as you remove it that way, you begin to realize it's a saddlebag for a very large animal. It's kind of the way it was
Funny.
fastened, right?
Okay.
As you do that, Willa, you feel your roots set in and they begin to surround the turtle as you begin to absorb the biometrics of this turtle.
This is not where I would have wanted you to sit and do that for 4 hours.
Nutrients.
Flat.
All of you in the camp, especially for Morrow and Scarlet, this is the first time you're seeing this. As she turns into her stationary tree form, the roots bind and gather up the turtle, and she kind of sits on top of it. You could slowly watch it get it kind of like almost like a sand dab. It's like getting kind of shimmied into the ground, and now you can hear the roots kind of emptying it, tearing it,
And you can see the
breaking
pulse.
it. The ground is like
There's a sucking
rippling.
sound.
Just like, so this is what the outside of what it was like when I was on the inside of the slime.
All right.
So,
I rolled a 14, by the way, for my DNA collection.
okay, that's pretty decent.
Okay.
Takes you the longest, Jerry, to get everything done,
Yeah.
Really?
but you take a pretty decent sampling of the Goliaths and ogres.
Okay.
As you try to find where the turtle went, you can already see.
Wait,
that-
I said I wanted to get it
Yeah, he
before
was
she.
gonna-
oh,
Yeah,
you
you got it.
started this.
Yeah, I started
Gotcha,
him.
gotcha.
I
missed that
started
part.
with him
Okay.
because I knew she was gonna.
So you
That's
have a
why I
DNA
started with him,
sample of
too.
the turtle,
Yeah.
at least 2 Goliaths and 1 ogre.
Yeah. So just as long as I get one of each, so
Yeah.
I'll put in my repertoire.
Try another one. What? I got like that much of the first one.
Wait, let me make one for
No.
her. Roll 10d10.
She's the potion
You-
master.
You look like a lightning bolt, and
Roll a d10.
you can breathe underwater. Yeah. Skeet, skeet.
So anyway,
So, anyways, that happened.
backpack, saddlebag.
Backpack. So you peel it off the back of his shell. You're watching as Jerry's finishing up. Willa's doing her thing. Marrow's keeping an eye on things. You could see Scarlet over by the pen working on the remains of whoever was over there. Bella examining the donkey, taking things.
By
You
using
know.
my devour ability, I can absorb it in a minute, but I'll just be digesting it later. So we could move.
That's fair. You
Okay.
can do that if you want to.
That's better.
You open
How's
up the
that
bag. As you open up the bag, it's filled with sample jars
Oh dear.
of at least 6 sample jars.
Okay.
Well, not another toe.
Most of them are small. One is of a hand.
Can I tell what kind?
It looks goblin.
Okay.
Pretty obvious it looks goblin.
Don't have
Another
to
one seems to be a beetle of some sort. Another one seems to be of a small wolf pup head.
Some red tea.
Another
Does
one.
Does the wolf pup head look like it had one of those worms explode out of it?
Give me a medicine check as you examine it a little bit more closely.
The liquid luck. Is that what should taste like a cinnamon
20.
roll?
Dirty 20.
Well, I'll try the liquid luck then. If it tastes like a cinnamon roll,
Oh, yeah, I wanna try that one
it's
too.
turtle blood.
even better.
We suck well on turtle. We turn it upside down, put it on fire, and make turtle soup.
Turtle soup.
Turtle soup.
The fourth
Ignore
one.
the
Turtle,
bottom
turtle,
that says bad blood.
20.
Oh, the
turtle blood.
I rolled a
20?
20.
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't look like it's been
Close
either
enough.
affected or infected. It just looks like maybe you took a sample of a wolf pup.
Almost.
Okay.
It's kind of weird. The fourth one is a strange kind of bird in a gelatinous kind of liquid. The last one is the largest jar of them. It's a halfling head. And it looks a lot like Jerry.
Oh.
Somebody you know, Jerry.
Complete with the alopecia.
Oh, alopecia, albino appearances, no eyebrows, pale as fuck. Looks just like Jerry.
Look, your cousin.
I don't see it.
And
probing.
Right.
the medallions on these guys are the same as the one that was on that satchel that we took. That had, or the from the other wizard. No, it wasn't a satchel. It was a case that. Hold on.
The map
The
case.
copper messenger case
Right.
with the toe in it.
Yep.
Same sigil.
Yep, same sigil. And at the very bottom of the bag, a journal
Oh, okay.
with a metal encasement around it, an arcane lock sealing it,
Oh crap.
and a title on the book in common, The Gray. Jerry's like, oh fuck, here comes my backstory.
Why is it always going to be like right in my? Can't it be like later on in the adventure when I'm powerful?
Fuck no.
I'm hunted.
You could say you're haunted.
Smells a little bit like absinthe.
Blah, blah, blah.
Maybe the next
It's not
level up, you
thick.
can take jokes 101.
It's been a long time since I've had a cinnamon roll. I don't know if that's what it tastes like.
Yeah, it's a
don't
little bit
think it tastes
strong
like a
more
cinnamon
on
roll.
the. It's supposed to taste like a cinnamon
Wait a
roll.
minute. I rolled for an extra.
No,
It
it's
needs,
like a
Everybody's
Jolly
wasted.
Rancher.
Yeah.
It's just tea.
it needs more cream soda.
This one's just tea, she said. I mean, I don't
No,
I
no, no.
always
That's what
taste
I'm tasting
alcohol.
too much.
There's
of.
no
It's
alcohol
so-
now.
That's what I
That's
said. That's what
yeah,
I
Did you
said.
explain to
it
people
needs
what's
more,
happening?
It needs more fireball.
That's what it says. Like,
Did
there's
you
no
s-
alcohol in this, and I would
Yeah,
know if there was because I can always taste it.
Did you explain to our fans what the hell's going on with all
Oh,
these
God,
things?
no.
Oh, okay.
I thought we went over all of those.
Which
while
one's
we were
got the
on
THC
stream.
in it?
Did we do that before?
A little bit while we're on the wait screen,
Gotcha. Okay.
but no context.
Does
Because-
it taste like soap?
It tastes like passion fruit.
All right.
Just peach.
Maybe
Anything-
green apple.
nothing else in there.
Nope,
We're
that's
going
it.
to bring them into our world.
Could be the peach I'm tasting.
All right.
I've created an addict.
All of these have THC in them.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Jerry
I'll
rolls
take a
for
shot of the
initiative.
peyote.
I put all of that back in the bag and
You like strawberries?
very disturbing bag.
Okay.
Because none of those
That'd be
will
very
fit.
disturbing if you're driving a van.
Those won't fit in my bag of holding.
That was you made
Say
this
what now?
with the
The contents
fireball
of
though. You could add the fireball to that.
You know what?
Hey, it's not too often I get a bartender at game night, so I'm happy.
Mix him one of everything.
No, I
Why
still
is
have to
this one
drive.
bubbly?
I got to drive. I can't have anything.
The red one
This is just
is soda.
No,
there's,
I'm
there's
good.
nothing in it.
Well, that would be why.
That's why.
If you notice, this stuff's really thick. This is pure strawberry,
Is
dude.
it
With
that thick?
No, it's pretty thin. We had the
All
fireball.
right. Anything
I'm
else?
bad.
Anything on the
Can't wait for
other
this
bodies?
war.
The Goliaths. The
Give me investigation as you, because it only takes you like a minute to like, when you consume the turtle. So you can roll the other bodies as well if you choose to.
She's like
22.
Beastmaster.
22.
Remember Beastmaster?
That was so gross.
Roll
20,
the
22.
22. There's
kids won't know what that is.
something. The one thing that you notice as you begin to check the other bodies, even Marrow kind of wanders between some of like one of the ogres in the glass near the center of camp. Other than what they're wearing and their armaments, no one either is in possession of anything or possession of any monies. Like it's strange.
They have no other gear than just what they
Yeah, just than what they had. Obviously, kind of like looking in their tents and packs that you can see on the ground, they've got some basic and standard gear. But these guys were traveling light and fast.
What are these?
Do they have horses?
You don't see any mode of travel around.
And there was
Just
only
the one donkey with all the coin striker. Like you get the feeling they got that from the 5 they took prisoner.
Yeah. If you like that, you might like the red one.
But why were they
I can't do it.
interrogating them?
I got to drive.
The coin striker.
That's the whole point of all these. They're supposed to make it you will not get drunk
Why
from
were
these.
they what?
Why are they interrogating
Interrogating them.
the
Because
coin
he was strapped to a.
Oh,
Is it popping out?
It's singing. Do you hear it? It's singing.
striker?
It's a alcohol cicada.
Alcohol cicada. Oh, I like
Alright,
that. I'm gonna make one.
so, as soon as Willa finishes digesting, we'll see if she gets any impressions from the turtle dude as to why they were interrogating.
Like, do I get flashback memories like one of those weird shows that people eat?
What you did with the other wizard.
Oh yeah, I did, didn't I?
Mhm.
Jeffrey Dahmer didn't give you flashbacks.
That you know of.
So,
If you want to see a creepy show, watch that show on Netflix.
What
language does the one surviving one speak?
He's
That is
speaking
good.
giant. He's just
Yeah,
watching
they're
you
all
guys,
different,
and
huh?
he can't get
all
unstuck from
different,
the
huh?
spike. And his form is like
Would you have me one of those?
he's just like looking around at everybody, like
Last one.
Does anybody speak giant?
Nope. That's why we
he
didn't
just
know
kind of
what
like looks over towards you and
You
and
speak
he like spits on the
common.
ground.
I'm gonna see if he speaks goblin. Do you speak halfling?
try
Ogre
speaking orc
speaking
at him.
or giant
Yeah,
speaking
you
halfling?
start
can I
speaking orc. And
temporarily
it's just,
speak turtle?
I mean, after a lineup of people trying to speak with him, and even when Morrow tries orc, which can be a much more common language than most people think,
Hey,
he
I
only
speak
seems to speak his native tongue, no other language.
goblin. Oh man, we don't have comprehend languages, do we?
What about borrowed knowledge?
Mm,
That's one of the spells I have. Borrowed knowledge.
What's
it
that do?
I don't remember what it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look that up.
Did I get any impressions from the turtle though?
No, none at all.
Okay, something interesting came from his mind. Okay.
Well, unusually, I mean, you know that the weaker the spirit, the weaker the mind, sometimes the greater the revelation. The fact that this thing's completely unrevealing, there's a disconnect here. This thing, even in death, had a little bit of power in reserve.
how dare he?
I want that power to flow through my
You don't
So-
have veins.
Coursing through.
my
Sap.
my
Your
cell-
sap, your sap channels.
No, it's like a
Yeah, you have an overwhelming
plant-
urge to
my
turn
plant
Jerry in
cell
right now.
walls.
Your cellulose.
That's the words.
My cellulose, my sugar storage.
It basically says you draw knowledge from a spirit of the past, which could be one of these guys who are now dead. Choose one skill in which you lack proficiency. For this spell's duration, you have proficiency to choose a skill. Spell ends early if you cast it again.
I don't
Let's
think
see.
that'll.
A skill, so it's not really.
Can a
bad.
language be a skill?
Can language? Can it?
No language. No, not really.
No, they're more proficiencies.
Yeah.
All right, these are cool too.
Language is just something you either know or you want to learn. A language would expose possible
like it.
information to you to use a skill to infer more from that
Note this,
information.
Get more tarts.
Well, those sweet tart
They're gone.
licorices went fast, didn't they?
I get my
I think
Ogre
we'll have
to
a,
common
a
dictionary
sweet
out.
tart flavor
From
today. Good choices.
I chose a lot of sweet tart ones, and I'm all like, they're all gone.
They were good.
Let me see if I got him. You guys really want to interrogate.
Yep, they're all gone.
Next time, 2 of each, not 1 of each.
All right. If he doesn't know common,
Take another one of the strawberries. That's
say-
good.
we start removing toads
That
until he
strawberry's
knows
good.
common.
Oh, there's other one. There's thin mint, which is fairly strong though. That's the bad part.
No, he doesn't want mead.
That might need.
He loves mead.
It's a
He
very
doesn't want
sweet
meat right
beet though. It's really
Uh-huh.
sweet. But
Not right
Strawberry's
now.
perfect. Low glycemic.
The dwarf's blood came out magenta.
Nice.
That's the one, the picture I sent you.
you
Okay,
might
wait.
poop glitter by the end of the night though. So I'm just giving you guys a
Nothing
heads
new.
up
It's shiny.
Shiny.
Say that out loud.
because there's
I meant to say that in my
a
dream.
lot of edible glitter in this.
Okay. I'm going to.
Did you want to know?
You're going to.
No, it won't work.
Why not?
I am
Well,
picking up.
Because you didn't think of it?
No, I was thinking about using detect thoughts,
But they're kind of dead.
but it wouldn't be in any language I know.
Well,
Yeah.
the thoughts can be kind of universal though.
Well, they
can't
could
they?
be
Maybe
images.
like
If if they're images, you might understand them. But
Or emotions.
Well, he'd be pissed right now.
No, Don't worry.
Yeah, you do detect thoughts. He's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, right. I mean,
He's
it's
got like a
waste of
wooden
time.
spike through his thigh and like
Well, no, I'm
one
not gonna
through
do
his
it 'cause
like
it's just a waste of
shoulder, and
time.
he's like stuck on the spikes.
having finished the
Just
the
kill
turtle,
me.
my vine slowly creeps.
Yeah.
Well, I've never seen you do that to a
Well,
living
live
organism.
No.
Oh,
I'm
I
pretty.
whip up my notebook.
it's your
One
hand
thing
absorption of it. Except you gotta be careful you don't set him free.
Well,
Are you eating the
that's fine.
Goliath alive? Oh.
Oh
okay.
come on!
Yeah.
No.
She has to finish
I only
devouring.
eat. Yeah.
She has to finish devouring the wizard before she can
He
eat.
did. She has
anything
like a
else.
Yeah.
caustic acid thing going
Because
on.
like I've devoured him, but it's going to take a while for it to actually
Yeah.
absorb in.
You're full.
I'm full.
So is
I'm
it like
full
nice
of turtle.
I'm full of turtle
I'm
soup.
full
I-
of turtle.
I'm already full because I've got plenty of sunlight, so I don't actually need to eat. But there he was, full of magic, calling to
And
me.
he's
I'm
something
sorry,
other
but
than
what do
humanoid.
you poop out?
I don't.
She
you
doesn't.
know.
She
She
doesn't.
doesn't poop.
She's
You
a
know,
tree.
yeah, because you know,
Just
every time I
efficient.
plant myself, you know, I'm giving nutrients back to the ground, and you know.
very efficient.
Um,
energy,
So she poops through her feet.
Is,
There are lessons.
is he for all intents and purposes like at a point where you get like automatic like crit on him?
I mean, for the most part, yeah. I mean, he's in really rough shape. I mean, other than just kind
Oh,
of
the
like
pit- like a
struggling. Every
pitcher,
now and then he like
Yeah.
struggles just enough to get like the spike up, and then he settles down and kind of yelling. Oh, dice, toast,
Do
toast.
we need to put him out of his misery,
Or we could have a pet giant.
We could have a pet giant.
he's a pet
We
giant
have
or pet
animal
giant?
handling.
Oh, was it a
a
Goliath? or-
Goliath.
A Goliath. We could have a
Goliath.
pet Goliath.
You realize,
Can I
Fabiola, you
roll
all
to see if
are,
I can,
you
like,
all are pet people.
I don't know. Is Ivan still hungry?
That's
Oh,
what
no.
Ivory can always eat.
I don't
Well,
know.
I don't know. You could actually practice your, attack of your
Attack of the
extra
Clones.
Oh yeah.
damage, 'cause
Try-
He's can't move. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So
I get so pissed off at him when I take my rapier to him and it lights on.
Wait, no.
Okay.
No.
what?
Stop for a second. I'm just holding the donkey coming over and like, don't kill him.
Donkey, talk
Why?
to him.
Lighting on fire is the next milestone.
Convince him of his bad ways.
The lighting on fire thing for the next one.
Okay. Okay. So he's impaled, correct?
Well, not in the Shaka Zulu way, but yeah, he's impaled.
Okay.
I don't think she's ever seen that movie.
I have, thankfully. Thankfully, not that impaled.
I'm gonna take the stuff that I got off the turtle and go over next to Bella and
What are we
investigate the
doing
donkey
with-
with her.
Okay. Pretty
Um,
much everything I told her, you can
Yep.
see laid out.
Just being.
I'm
It's
gonna
a ceramic
start-
jar that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking at the
This-
saddlebags of the coin striker. Is this? It's just verifying it's the.
It's the missing
the missing
group, the missing
tax money.
funds, everything. Yeah.
All right.
Except for the box. I'm like,
It even
Well,
has
ceramic.
the all the boxes have
What
the
is she
glass
doing?
barrel.
What are you doing?
That means
All
we
the
don't
boxes
need to
have the
I'm
glass
going
barrel
over to the
insignia on
orc.
it.
I'm going to do something.
Can I
probably
use
It's a
shouldn't.
Goliath, but go ahead.
Use
Glad,
tools
yeah.
to open up the box.
Well, we don't need to open up the box. It's the coin strikers
Oh, stuff.
tax money. We just bring it back and then they
Oh,
And
go
they all-
the
and they
one
all-
that had the arcane symbol on it.
That's
Oh,
the
that's-
ceramic
Or
jar.
The ceramic
The
jar.
jar.
Yeah.
So glad we didn't have to beat up poor innocent
Hold the
villagers for
ceramic jar
money.
one arm donkey.
I was
the
worried
other.
about
No, you weren't. But like, there's the glass barrel.
I don't know. I think you should
city
ask the conch what you should
mark
do.
on all
I
the
know,
boxes
but-
too.
Well, let's see if this plan works. If my
How far
plan
away
works.
from Glassboro are we now?
Half a day.
Half a day? Do we want to go back to Glassboro and
Work.
see?
Will it work?
No.
There you go.
Gosh, you have a little scared to do this now. What if I do? I have another plan. Will plan B work?
Another conch in the Mystic Network had a user with this very same question. He is dead.
Yeah, I love your conch.
love
Okay,
it.
you're done. Quit asking questions. Okay.
Really
Okay,
does
yeah.
not sound positive.
Your god is very fickle.
No shit.
I love that it says the Mystic Network. It says the Mystic
Well, it's a mystic conch.
Network. Oh my god.
What about plan C?
Your god has a 20-minute long commercial at 2 o'clock in the morning on every channel
Yeah.
about joining the religion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plan C?
No.
Mystic conch, do you ever say anything other than no?
No.
Tonight it's going to be all no.
Well, come on. What are you
Should
doing?
we just kill it
Yes,
then?
it said yes.
No way. Sometimes I question your intelligence.
Don't. But you said no to all my plans that don't kill it. The other plan is to kill it. So what's it gonna be? I'm confused.
Oh,
Make it
really?
the zombie,
Religion is
obviously.
confusing?
Well, you're not going to kill him.
Should we go
She
down?
is.
Should we?
Yeah,
Who
I'll
kills
kill
it?
him.
Should Scarlet kill it?
Yes.
There you go. Thank you. That was the.
Wait. No,
Yes.
it said no. Never mind. Wait. Yes.
No,
No.
I mean yes.
So
the last
so
was
it's a
yes.
Yes, yes.
Mhm, so yes. You have to go by what your God says. So there you go.
I wonder if
You
I
watch
can
as Scarlet
hire
just
it.
stares at you and slowly.
Yeah. Into his neck,
Eyeball.
into his eye.
Nose limp on the
I could have
spikes.
told you everything I spoke common.
I asked him if he spoke common. He said shit and giant. So I don't know.
I was just trying not to die. I know everything that's gonna happen. The DM told me. Heal.
Oh, by the way, I'm a prince with a
Revivify,
distant
Revivify.
I'm under a spell.
You could have totally sold me for a castle.
All right.
So what are you guys doing?
Taking the donkey and heading back to our.
I mean, we don't have to go all the way to the town now.
But we
No.
still have to go.
Apparently,
back to
you're
our-
not telling me anything, right?
Not here.
Okay. Great. Thanks.
Good answer.
Taking the donkey and let's go back and make sure our Bardo's still there.
Oh, great conch. Should this party have any pets?
You can press the button for this one. Okay.
What?
The button is
Oh.
right
Wrong
in
button.
here.
Where is
It's
it?
a little. It's a little black button on the
Let me
side.
put my glasses on.
Yeah, that would probably help. You see it?
It might be better if you finger the button.
No.
That's right. I don't want to mess anything up.
All right. What was your question again?
Should this party have any pets?
What was that? Yeah, sure.
Damn.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
The conch was
Sure,
bored.
whatever.
You
Oh, yeah, sure.
The conch was bored.
forward
You
with your
put her
question.
on the side, and she's just got
Because you asked
bored.
that question before, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we gotta
So
keep it.
let's get back to make sure her Vardo's okay.
Okay.
And we required a donkey.
Did we end up killing the guy that we
Technically, I
kind
was
of
gonna bring the
made go
donkey
off?
anyways because it's a snack.
Made go off.
Like with the
Oh yeah, he
distraction.
came back.
Okay,
He came back and we killed him.
Okay, just making sure.
the guy that went to investigate.
Yeah, he
Jerry's
came
fire.
running down the
Oh,
hill
he
and
was
we
running
wasted
down
him.
the hill.
Oh yeah, he'd already come
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
was
With
already
Jerry,
in
he
the
was the one that
mix.
came back with me in his hand.
Yeah.
I
And
remember.
threw him across the
Yeah,
camp.
to his detriment.
He didn't know. I thought he caught a rabbit.
Yeah.
We should give Jerry some like bunny ears, and it'll perfectly hide him from all the people.
Jerry
hunting
can
him.
totally make himself look like an Arctic fox, and I really
That's
think
true.
he should because I'm Miss Bunny.
The name of the Arctic fox.
Oh, did your pet die during the combat?
No.
Oh.
No. So you guys gather up all the. So you're gathering up the donkey, everything that you found.
Yes.
Leaving the campsite, you head back through the ravine out on to the low, to kind of like the rolling rockscape that you came through, and eventually you're back in your Vardo campsite. Everything's
Did we check the dead body, the body? But even though he died, did we check it?
I did.
Yeah.
Did you take the box with the money in it?
it's on the donkey.
It's on the donkey.
Did you take the donkey?
Yes, I grabbed the donkey.
Okay.
I grabbed
Did
the
you
donkey.
probe the donkey?
No, I haven't probed the donkey
Oh.
yet, but I'm thinking about
I
it.
thought you had probed the donkey.
Let me get on my.
There's a
tall
hairless
boots.
donkey.
Let me get on my
Are
tall
There's a
they
boots.
miniature
always
hairless donkey.
Are they always
All the
hairless?
rage now. Best pet you can have.
I
You'd be
know I
like-
have resting dick face.
Yeah.
Hyperallergenic.
Like the evil guys are walking by you. What do? Hee haw.
Yeah.
No, I just go like this. Hee haw.
All right. Is
That's the
Bardo still
Goonies.
there?
Yes, he said that was there.
Too many of us have war on the brain right now.
No, can't wait.
I know the symptoms. I have
so
all the
sad.
symptoms.
I have
We
all
keep
the
trying
symptoms.
A
to-
tendency to
Right.
want to drink, a
I
tendency to want to make
I wasted too
multiple
much time.
jokes.
All right.
be
So
Under the stars.
It's
Yes.
and I would say this is late night at this point. It took you guys a while to kind of search the camp, acquire all the getting a hold of everything, figuring everything out, and now you're back at your own campsite. Seems unmolested. Everything seems fine. In fact, the campfire is still burning.
Mhm.
we may want to move, guys.
Yeah. We've attracted attention. Time to pack up.
We killed those that we had attracted attention from.
We hadn't attracted their attention yet. We found them before they
We
found us.
them.
But I mean, they would have known where we were after the fact if we'd run. But they're all dead now.
Did anyone grab like a piece of his cloth or anything to make sure, like, even though he was a dead guy that we were looking for, did anyone grab any identification?
I would have said, Scarlett, you would have grabbed
Yeah,
the pendant
I grabbed
at
the
least,
pendant.
yeah. And you do have all the the coin striker boxes. And
So we know what happened to them. So now we can report back.
Yeah,
No,
do we
happened
want
to
to
one
still
of
go
them.
to Glassbarrow or do we want to go
Well, we
back
don't need
to
now, right?
Winchleech? Who's Winchleech, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Winchleech.
I shouldn't have talked about her pet. She's never going to tell me these guys are after me. See what happens when you mess with her pet. You should just keep secrets.
So, guys, do we want to go to Winchleech or do we want to go continue on to Glassbarrow? We're like half a day from Glassbarrow.
Let's go to Glassbarrow.
We don't need to go there though, because the whole point was to collect the money and find out what happened to these guys. You don't need to go there.
Uh,
now.
Well, obviously,
There's how many? There's more than one guy.
we could also
Didn't you find
out-
all 5 bodies?
Yeah,
We
we
didn't check
found-
the
We
body. She did.
found 5 bodies.
Oh, you found Popeye. Let's go
Found
back and get
bodies.
our reward. What are we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah,
You don't need to
how
go.
many bodies did you find?
5.
5.
5 and
Squish.
5 and 1/6 or 5/6 and a flat head.
5 1/4.
What happens when you're what is your god to you when you killed an innocent?
That's a good
That's the
question.
only other thing we could do.
I
if
think
we
mine
go
just
into
laughs.
Glassbarrow is find out when
We
they
could find
all
out.
were there at what point.
Oh,
find
murder
out how
hobo
long they
concho.
Well, we
get a
don't have to. We
timeline, but I
probably
did not.
do want to get back as fast as possible because
Wait, what's the question?
Pike wants us
he's-
to do some stuff. too.
No, Haldy Stonefoot's going to send more people after this. We're not the only group that he's sending.
So,
Yeah, let's go.
So
and
No, we
we
don't
find
want
what
them
we
to
found.
kill us.
And we want the reward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally get
The
the
entire
reward.
camp was just people that were rescuing the.
I'm gonna take the
that one container, the one that you told me that had all the seals. I'm gonna put it in that one secret compartment you found.
we're
and
gonna
just,
take
like, shove it
everything
in
off of
the donkey.
and put it all in that secret compartment.
Okay, fair enough. Takes you
attack
maybe an
them.
hour to
Just leave the
unhitch all the coin striker loot and
as well as the
Put it
staff.
up in the smuggling
staff, the
compartment
smuggling
that you have in the Vardo.
I would like to feed the baby mammoths.
Okay.
Mammoths.
Dwarf.
Forgot about
Dwarf
that.
mammoth.
They're not babies; they're miniature.
They're dwarf mammoths.
Dwarf mammoths.
Dwarf mammoths.
They're not babies.
I thought they didn't like you though.
They didn't.
They don't.
She smells like death.
Do I?
Especially
help
right
her.
now.
With feeding him because I'm a little scared of like them trying
Give
to.
me animal handling, Willa, as you, with advantage, because I'll say Bella's helping you.
She handles them by like absorbing them.
Ooh, that's a 17. plus
I've got
3,
you, little
or
buddy.
a dirty 20.
Yeah, they're much more amicable. They didn't like being left behind, and so they kind of accept everything that you give them, and one of them even kind of nuzzles up against you a bit as you're feeding it.
I was gonna say I got 22.
Yeah, you guys are good.
Forgot we had that menagerie with us.
We have to have something that pulls the Vardo.
Or else I'll be pulling the Bardo.
And her creepy
Really
treant
slow.
farm,
slow.
very slow.
We'll attach the donkey to the front. Either you work or you don't get to go with us.
Was there? Did we still have the goat too?
No, Ivory already ate the goat.
Okay. Good thing
I
we
heard
didn't eat the
donkey's
goat.
delicious if you prepare it right. And mammoth for that matter.
Ivory's like sitting next to you.
Ivory can't eat the mammoths, but I'm not averse to her eating the donkey.
I guess there is a bonus to having at least one pet in the group. They can get rid of the other pets.
Should wait.
Should we sack her? Should we
You
sack her?
still have your horse, right? But we
Yeah.
sold the other horses.
We sold the other horses. I still have my one horse that's carrying the little carriage from the back.
Well,
Ivory,
should we
no one would be
sacrifice
upset
the
if you eat
donkey?
that
we
donkey.
still have one.
Wait, we don't
We
have
need
to.
to-
Ivory's not
Oh,
We need
hungry.
to grow.
Because she ate
Ivory's-
the foot.
You need to
Oh,
grow
yeah.
and be strong.
Not only that, but she ate the goat. Ivory's
It's not.
hungry.
It's not. It's
You
not
wake up to the
unnatural
sound
for
of
a cat
Ivory,
in the
like,
wild to
chewing on a
really
donkey
have to give
femur.
Oh no, it's chewing on the turtle one.
Yeah, he's still
So,
working on that one.
Chewing
too.
on some toenails.
So,
It's like a
Spitting them out.
dog with a antler.
It's like the guts and ass are gone.
then you guys still have your mounts too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I need to take care
Eats
of
the
all
soft spots
Yeah.
first.
that. So we feed our,
We feed
our
our
mounts, our caribou, and our reindeer.
reindeer.
Oh yeah, they're still there.
Yeah,
The
but
reindeer
you said-
too?
you said
Yeah.
the ground
Where
was very
did-
sparse here.
Where did you guys get the? Wait a minute.
This is
That's
caribou
what they
and
came
reindeer
into.
are ours.
Yeah.
They're our mounts.
Bitching about
They're their
that.
mounts.
Oh, okay, they're
They
mounts.
came
Yeah.
with us into.
Okay.
Should we kill the donkey?
It's better if you don't know.
Yeah. Just let it
It's a
That
happen.
dog.
sounds like a
Disguise.
3:00 in the morning Jerry solution.
Just let it happen.
It sounds like that donkey is an Ultra Tour in disguise.
I think my conch is an eldritch horns in
I
disguise.
already know that. That's not a question.
I think it's somebody from the 7th plane of hell.
Jerry wakes up in the middle of the
Put
night.
it into
The donkey's like
stuffed
wearing
into
the like wearing the rain slicker from Invincible or whatever that one is.
That's right, right.
He's just just staring at you in the rain.
You find the donkey perfectly cut in half
Or
lengthways,
Unbreakable.
and it's open like this, and everything's
Wearing
everything's
the
got
rain
a
slicker from
Catalog.
Unbreakable.
yeah, everything's cataloged, and it's got little stickers on it that say what they are.
This is weird.
I
label.
crossed
Where did
right.
this? How did they get the stickiness on it? That's so interesting.
One eye and a piece of the skin from the eye's missing.
But he's got like pinned back, like
Yeah.
the eyelid pinned up and the other
Right.
one's pinned down,
Right.
and the eye still moves.
When I put my probe in, like the eye starts moving, or one of the legs kicks. I'm like, oh, that's how it works. Huh. And I'm just covered in blood.
The more you poke it, the more it sprays.
Yeah.
Come out,
Oh.
you come out of it.
He's like, oh, wrong hole.
You come out of it humming Lemmy Winks. Lemmy Winks.
Lemmy Winks. It's a long walk.
So we're going back.
So you guys are back at camp. It's
Devolving.
late at night. You're unpacking the donkey, restowing all of the coin striker gear in the Battle Vardo,
Mhm.
feeding, taking a moment to feed the mammoths, and it's late though. I mean, you guys
I'm
settling in
hurting
for the
really
night, or are you
bad.
gonna keep going? What are your
I'm
thoughts?
hurting pretty bad.
Yeah, let's,
Yeah.
let's rest.
I'm gonna crawl up on top of the Bardo and take a nap.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna, because I need to practice it anyways. I'm gonna practice well, what was I thinking?
Just in case we're attacked in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I'm gonna practice cure wounds on you.
Okay, before we go to sleep, so you'll have it in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, cure wounds is a
I'll cast Cure Wounds on you too.
Oh wow, I'm so loved.
right.
You have cure wounds?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What's cure wounds is a
That's your other character that has that.
I keep
That's your
forgetting-
other tabaxi.
I have 2 archaeologists who happen to be small creatures, and I keep forgetting that one does not speak Fae, and the other one does. One's an air genasi that's miniature, and one's a fairy. So one has like speaks Spillbloom, and it keeps coming up in the
It
wrong campaign.
says
Yeah.
you should roll a
So I keep
1d8.
messing that up.
Oh, 6.
Oh, cool.
Our Cure
take
Wounds, how do we level that up to
Get it like more
get
proficient.
more?
The number of spells, the number of times you cast it through memorization.
No. I mean, how do we up the D8 factor?
Without levels.
Yeah. You memorize the spell 3 times. You
So how do we add to that?
each one's a D8. So if
Okay.
if you've decided that you've memorized Cure Light Wounds 3 times,
You get 3
cast all 3, and you get 3 D8.
But do we have to take other spells away to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
do.
believe that's already one of my ones that I already had.
Yeah, see, my spell Guardian of Nature became a feature rather than a spell.
So can
And
she
I got the Devour
heal
spell.
more than one person at a time, or just
No.
No, it's just one person at a time.
Only
Well, because
you
I
have
used
to-
it on you when you were
Yeah.
down.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't think that technically it's practicing it, but I'm only on 1d8. That's it.
Practice is a process.
All right, and I'm gonna not prep
Do I get another
Tiny
one
Hut
now?
for right now,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do another enlarge reduce.
Okay. So you have that twice then.
Yeah. I guess thing over here is
So,
no.
Did you?
Who's
also
on
heal me or
watch?
no?
I'm
So-
sorry.
All the
Scarlett's already
animals.
snoring. You can hear her in her meditative.
9 points.
All the animals are on watch.
I'll
6 plus
take first watch.
Okay.
No.
Tomorrow's
I
taking
already
first
added
watch.
yours into the
I'll
stream.
say you only need
Oh.
2 watch over a 3.5-hour period, and then everyone can get their long rest. So I just need one more person to take watch.
I'll take watch.
You know, I'm a tree.
You're-
I only
you're-
need 4 hours.
That's fair. So
It's
you'll
all right.
take last watch. Or
I can take the watch, because I wasn't, as hardy as everybody else.
fair. She's gonna be awake anyways.
You can take it with me.
So yeah, the 2 of you can take last watch. Morrow. Camp's asleep. Go ahead and give me a perception check. You keep an eye on things.
Not so good. 8.
8. The only thing you hear is a predatory scream coming from the direction of where the camp's remains are. Like maybe something got a late night snack.
Nice. We fed the wild, guys. You know what they always say? Don't feed the
That
wild.
just drifts away after a
Can I
while.
do like a knowledge nature to see if maybe I recognize the
Mm,
scream?
Give me a nature check. See if you recognize the call that it made.
Oh, 'cause that's
Shiver.
I get those.
You're made of wood, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
shivered your timbers.
What was that?
I said I wore that one for a little bit.
Let's
It's actually
see.
crazy.
Oh, it's there's a way to put it on. Like, if you
So,
put it on the wrong
with
way,
my 19, I
It'll
get a
dig
20.
into your hair more.
Okay.
So,
During your travels before you met Scarlett, there was when you spent some time in Taldori in the northern mountains. There was a very like-minded cry by something called a rock.
okay.
Creature with a wingspan of maybe 120 feet long, large size, kind of like bird of prey. They tend to be carrion feeders from time to time.
Or my
I
Boulder
think
King
that
of Life.
you and your group have probably set yourselves up in its territory. and you can hear it squall a couple times and screech. At one point, you swear you just saw this shadow kind of lift up out of the ravines and off towards the north. You eye it for a moment and then realize it's not coming back. You just kind of settle back into your patient, kind of looking around, keeping an eye on things.
We do. The first camp that we came across, we were wondering how the body disappeared without leaving foot tracks.
That was a stand thing, or wait,
No,
no,
Up by the
on
fire?
the lookout.
On the
Uh-huh.
lookout.
there was the body disappeared, but they didn't leave tracks.
Okay.
So some of their guys had already been taken, and you just didn't know. We just didn't
What had
know.
taken
All
it?
right.
Mhm.
So, am I at the end of my watch yet?
I would say you're at the end of your watch, as you.
Okay.
By the way, it would look like that up there.
I
The big
will
The big bird.
Big bird.
Yeah.
relay what happened on my watch.
You
to,
let Willa and Jade know. Yeah.
and then go ahead and retire at that point.
Crash out. Willa and Jade, give me perception checks as you are on the dawn watch. A few hours till dawn.
That is a 13 for me.
Okay.
19. Does Ivory get one too? Or is Ivory asleep?
I'll say I was asleep. Kind
She's with me. I'll just like cuddle with her.
Cuddling with Bella.
Big old giant bloody muzzle, just all crusted and dried now.
I don't know. I think I would tell Ivory to lay on top of the panel.
Top
If
of the
she was
what?
bloody.
In the bottom of the.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Should I show the camera that I don't think they can see the rock from there?
It's fine.
I'm pretty sure they can Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they,
we could
they
Google
can
it.
they can ogle it.
Mhm.
If I ever develop a search engine, I'm going to call it ogle.
Only
Generational
images.
thing.
It'll be only.
No,
it'll be
I
only
get it. I
images.
was just. It makes me think of Hoggle from Labyrinth. Just.
It reminds me of Hot Tub Time
It'll
Machine.
have to be an,
Yeah.
Lugal.
Lugal.
it'll have to be an image only search engine.
That's what made me think of it too. I saw a blip of the hot tub time machine the other night. It was
Oh my
pretty funny.
god, that stuff's so funny, dude.
I thought I had water. I should partake of me water.
You actually can't have that much copper.
I'm gonna go fill my water again.
Still have water.
I'm gonna give you my cup. Could you get me some?
Water.
Or that works too. Wait, did you stick your hand in this one? No.
Probably. You want a bottle?
Yes, please.
We got bottles.
Did you stick your hand in that one?
I,
She likes to eat
I like
ice,
to eat ice.
There's
Oh,
a tendency to stick her hand in the cup, and I'm just like, eh.
which
My
is
mom
really
used
ironic if you look at her.
My mom used to crunch on ice, and now her teeth are too sensitive, so she doesn't like ice
I
at all.
have
in her
no
water.
teeth. Don't matter. I'm supposed to be crossing my fingers. I actually get my denture tomorrow.
Nice.
Definitely can't crunch ice after that.
That's your fridge.
Denture.
Yeah, those things are expensive. Man.
wow. That thing went almost 4 sessions before it had to be charged.
What's that?
Music.
Yeah, the hyper boom.
Nice.
I was
Oh,
wondering how long it
Well,
would
they're
last.
actually really good.
And now you know.
Oh, I know.
so
So charge it after the third one, yeah?
just plug it in all the time.
I thought it got
No,
really
because it
quiet
plugs
all of a
all
sudden.
the
I
way
thought we
in.
were gonna like
Oh.
facing a
Oh, it was like
false hydra there.
it's more expensive, but we're going the more
Well, it
permanent
just went
route.
silent.
We're getting implants.
Oh, those are super expensive.
But it's actually hopefully not going to be too bad because we're going through the dental school.
Oh, like
Okay.
Loma Linda? Oh, yeah, yeah.
let's discuss
Yeah.
that.
That's cool.
That's where I
as-
was today.
Yeah, as long as I don't need the bone graft.
Oh, yeah. That's
They told me I should. They
The bone
recommended
graft. The bone
those
graft's
are
the most.
painful.
Yeah, the bone graft's the
Yeah.
most
You
expensive
just don't
part.
want to be in a
it's like
hurry
$1,000
if you
bucks
go
a
there.
piece, right?
Yeah.
Because
Takes a little
they
while,
tried
but
to convince me to do that when I got
do
my
all your
wisdom teeth
stuff.
pulled.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm good. And
Hey,
had a problem,
Chav,
so-
how are you?
Hey,
Everybody's
Jeff.
hands are shaking because they're
Jeff.
like,
So you got a
Persuade
19
me.
there, Callist? Or Jade?
Yes.
Good to know. And what'd you get?
I got a 13.
13.
The rock rolls a 24 and you guys disappear.
I thought about that.
If I stay in my tree form,
I
though,
got
I
a
could
rock.
get advantage on anything.
You're regurgitated into the mouth of a young rock.
Yeah.
And then I take over the consciousness of the rock, and then we have a rock in the party.
It's not a rock, it's a boulder.
As long as it eats all the other pets, I'm okay.
Yeah, you know exactly
No,
how it's
it takes a shine to ivory as one of its own,
It's not just a
and
boulder. It's a rock.
then just flies around with ivory.
A rock.
Sounds like a kid's book.
Yeah.
Not
I
gonna
do
lie,
have
that
an
thing came
8-month-old.
near us.
Adventures of Rock and Ivory.
I'm still. If I'm still in my tree form, I could roll again. I put advantage on perception.
No.
Ooh, that one's an 18. Plus 3. So
Are you
21.
still in your tree form?
Yeah, I usually stay in my tree form until people are all
I
up.
don't know about that.
Yeah, but she is up.
Yeah, she's up. Well, I mean, like we're ready to go.
Are you lounging in her limbs?
No, I'm sitting on top of the Bardo.
That's
Okay.
usually where I am. I'm usually lounging in the winds.
That's probably one reason I stay in tree form.
Yeah, that's probably true. Belladonna's like snoring heavily and kind of chewing on one of your limbs.
It's a tiny hand.
In her sleep.
I give her a good berry to suck on instead.
In her sleep.
Yeah, you
You're
don't
so
want
much
to chew
more
on.
powerful.
You don't want to chew on too much of Willa because you might get dead turtle in your mouth.
Right.
Mm.
Or some sort of magical disease like magic acne. My acne sings.
For some reason, my good berries have an extra zing to them these days.
Jeff goes in the softwood form or the hardwood form?
Yeah. Balsa or teak? Ironwood, yeah.
Two of you hear a noise.
Mhm.
Like something is circling the encampment.
Like people?
Like a
Hard to tell.
rock.
In the air or on the ground?
On the ground.
Okay, never mind.
I have
And
dark
then it
vision.
stops.
I have dark vision.
I have blind vision.
You kind of look in the direction that you thought you heard something. There's a moment you can see two small yellow eyes kind of look back at you.
What kind of creature?
Can't really see its form, just
Oh.
its eyes just in the dark staring.
I got not a word.
So we all notice this?
When you cast
The
light,
two
how
of you
close
do.
do you have?
Everyone else is asleep.
Yeah.
Where you go?
I got my full rest because I only need 4 hours, right?
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
When you cast light, can you cast it farther away from you, or does it have to be next to you?
I think you could
I mean, you can cast it on an object. You can cast it outward. It's kind of up to you.
Because I have light. I gotta find it.
I'm supposed to stretch my feet out. I'm not playing footsies with anybody. I just
Well, you are now.
It has a range. It's
I have really
it's
long
a
legs.
touch. So I'm gonna pick up a rock.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast light on it, and I'm gonna chuck it at those eyes.
At the same time, I'd like to use Thorn Whip to try and grasp it.
The rock.
Make
No,
your
not the rock,
attack
the
roll,
guy.
ranged attack roll.
Or the eyes. I'm
The
gonna
eyes.
go towards the eyes.
You like, you see where it is, and you lean back, throw the rock in the direction of the eyes. The eyes are there for a moment. You kind of pay attention, like you're getting to react as soon as and the rock. And then you watch as one eye goes this way, and then disappears in the night.
Cool.
Not one set of eyes, but one eye goes that way and one eye goes that way. So it looked like two eyes. Then it's like
Some awesome Wonderland stuff, man. I wasn't able
Well,
to
you
grab
guys
one
have
with
been
my
drinking all night.
wasn't able to grab one with my phone. Right?
No, the light, like as soon as the rock hit the ground, they took off.
Is my jar
Did it-
of sand reacting anyway?
did it look like? I mean, your jar of dirt is not magic.
It's the swirling one with the magic guy
Yeah,
stuff.
with
in it.
magic
Your
dudes.
jar of dirt is not magic.
But it's got magic dirt.
It's swirling like this.
So
Some guy's
So-
missing his nose, you know.
were we able to see? Was there any form?
No, it was just 2 points of light that
Just
kind of
2
looked like
points
they
of
were
light.
staring. And as soon as that rock hit the ground and began to cast light in their direction, Just
Did it
split.
look like they were like seeing eyes or?
Like,
Hard to tell.
I don't like this.
Keep asking more questions.
I know.
That's it. He'll finally tell you.
No, he won't.
It's just hard to tell.
He doesn't even tell me after the game.
there's probably just a couple fairies.
Good.
Don't worry about it.
Be strong.
Don't go towards the light.
Little Louis.
All right, I dispel the light.
It doesn't last very long. It just eventually.
How long does light last? That was an hour.
Is it? I thought it was shorter than that.
Light lasts longer than dancing lights.
Look at you and your big brain.
I don't know. Somebody
I
should look it up.
unfortunately have studied a lot of things because I have to run games every now and then, and I have to actually know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it lasts an
sometimes.
hour.
Up to an hour? Okay. Are you able to dispel it, or is it a duration effect?
The spell ends if you cast it again or dismiss it as an action.
Okay. You get rid of it. Get rid of the brightness in the foreground.
Okay.
Rest of the time, nothing else really happens. Eventually, wake everybody up. The sun's coming over the horizon, and it's morning. Sound of animals and things beginning to wake up. What would you guys like to do?
Rustle my leaves to wake
Get
up
the fuck out of here.
LaDonna before I transform back, so she's actually awake this time. I'm getting some decorum here.
Flickering butt cheeks.
Now that I'm fully rested, I scout ahead.
Okay.
She gets a tickle under her nose.
So everyone begins to kind of put their gear together, shake off the previous night's activity.
I bathe Ivory from the blood.
Oh, she's already clean by the morning.
Oh.
She's already groomed herself clean.
That's good.
She was just too fat and lazy from last night.
Okay.
Irish still
I-
living.
I-
I'm still attached.
understand
Yeah, you've got like a slightly distended, like
Little
your
nuts.
body's skinny, but you got this little paunch where
Like
the
some kind of-
turtle's gradually being digested.
Like
and-
some kind of alien.
Iridescent scales.
do I gain a little bit more magic?
Or does her
I mean,
AC
everything
go
you
up?
do is magical.
I know.
When she absorbed that turtle shell, does her AC go up?
No, not necessarily.
Does she know all the magic that the turtle knew?
That would
No.
be great.
You could
Can you
Can it,
overpower
be,
her?
can it be wild magic just accidentally pops up every now and then when I swing my
We can talk about that next time you level up, or next time you have a.
Ooh.
I would love
A
wild
milestone.
magic. I've always wanted
Ooh,
to
we
play
got-
All
you
those
know what?
arcane symbols that you absorb.
I might
She
have to think
absorbed
about
two
the
magic
one.
users
I
already.
know. I'm gonna have to think about that as a wild magic effect that she'll get in the next level up. Yeah, it'll be off my custom table.
Can I? Yeah, I was gonna say, can I make the table up?
Oh no, I've already got a
He
D100
has
table.
Oh,
wild-
no.
wild magic.
You rolled anything from 1 to 99, it destroys all pets in the party.
It's a side effect.
What did it come up as?
90.
90.
What's a 90?
One of the pets is all the pets are destroyed in the party.
A 90?
What's a
She's
90?
invisible for a day.
A day.
That'd be
The solid, the
awesome.
whole day.
Awesome.
Let me see.
Oh, please, God, let it happen.
What's a 68?
68. That is every time you talk, anybody within 5 feet of you suffers 1d4 necrotic damage.
Yes, I want to do
Oh
all
my
of it.
God, we're all gonna be dead. She
No, I
cannot
would be
keep
doing
quiet.
I'd be doing my Eldridge like.
Okay, Laudna.
Sherry sneaks away in the night, finds another party. No, I'm kidding.
Like the 3 on 5.
Is he
with
still
with
out
my
there?
two assassins.
I love wild magic. It's so much fun.
I want to make Marrow a master blaster armor so that I can ride on his back.
I would love to find a particular deck of cards.
So nobody can get me.
backwards. Oh, the deck of many things.
All right, so
That would be kind of awesome.
all right.
One of these days it'll be fun.
We get on the road.
Yeah.
Okay. So it takes you guys about an hour of the morning to kind of eat a quick meal, get mounts ready, the Vardo repacked up, break down camp. And you're set out on the road, reversing your course back towards the crossroads and eventually back towards Winchleach. We'll say the journey back is relatively uncontested. Nothing too nefarious happens. You settle in for a quick rest. Nothing untoward happens during your watch.
I think we were only a day away from where we were, weren't we?
Well, you're a half a day from Glassboro, and you're a day and a half away from Winchleach.
So we got
So, but-
another light rest in there.
Yeah, so by the time you get
We should be at full health.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
we
full
are all
health
full
now 'cause
health
of long
again.
rest. Eventually, you make it back to the crossroads. An hour south of you, you can see the borders of the edge of the great town / small city.
I thought it was just like an encampment right before the
Well, that's
forest.
the pavilion. That's where you guys met the Don Marshall Pike.
Yes.
That is no longer there.
Oh.
All of that is gone.
Right. Where were we supposed to report?
She has
Winchleach.
passed away.
Okay.
There's a mound there, fresh dirt.
And right
Are
now
we
you're
meeting,
looking at the outskirts of Winchleach.
Are we meeting? What's his name?
We need to meet
Stonefoot. Yeah, Stonecutter.
Stonefoot. Haldy Stonefoot.
Holy Stonefoot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the
He will be
Stonefoot.
in Winchleach in the Shadow Heath after we collect the taxes.
I meant for like the Pike thing.
We already did the Pike thing.
Oh,
After
she's gonna set this somewhere. Where are we supposed to meet up? Or
we just
stuff?
have to go to the cold ass ice place.
The ring fang ruins.
Yeah,
Right.
cold ass ice
And
place.
then I have the map. That's
Yes.
All right.
I have the map.
That's what I said. Cold ass ice place.
So it's mid-morning by the time you reach the outskirts of Winchleach. You're looking down into the valley.
What'd you say?
Oh, I was supposed to get his package out last week,
Oh.
but I was sidetracked by getting the gig. So
Sorry, Chav. You
Yeah.
got a job.
I know, and I promised Friday I have to do it this Friday because I'll be out of town all next week. So I got to ship that bad boy out. But it's all boxed up, labels ready to go. It's in the corner. I just got to get it to a delivery service.
We will get you your box.
Yep. And I did add all of my spare D&D stuff I don't use anymore. So that'll be going out to you too.
Nice.
So
Winchleach. We're heading to the Shadow Heath and looking for a Haldy Stonefoot.
okay.
Sebastian.
Yeah, you can hear him.
His grandma got him new toys.
Oh, he does like toys.
Yes, and he especially likes new toys.
Thought where Stonecutter was our guild.
Stonefoot.
No.
Aaron-
Gem Cutter. Sorry,
Aaron
that was
Gem
our.
Cutter.
Gem Cutter was the
Is it the
our
Ashar Hammer?
previous, the Azure Hammer.
Okay, so he's not our.
No,
current.
he was
No.
no.
Or is he?
No, Pike is now your.
Pike is now our.
I thought she was retiring though.
Not yet.
She is.
She is.
Yeah. So
But-
That's why she wants us to try and get that relic over at the Rim Bank.
And now we're with the Saren Ray.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure who's in
And
charge
that's a
of
guild,
us.
right? Saren Ray Guild? No, it's not a guild.
No, she has you as official members of the Watchers.
The Watchers.
She is a follower of Saren Ray.
That's why we have a Saren Ray medallion.
Correct.
Okay.
That means you're a member of her Watchers. As you know, she gave the whole monologue about the Pikes Promise
Pike's
and
Watchers.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like I don't remember. Like they said it, but it was so like entrancing, but I didn't write it down. Because I'm a bad person.
Yes, absolutely. You're a bad person. Bad, bad suit.
I
Bad
worked
Zoot.
So
naughty,
hard.
naughty
Bad
Zoot.
suit. Naughty suit.
Bad.
Anyways.
Something on your mind, dear.
Oh yeah. So anyways.
So as you guys begin to traverse down into the outskirts of Winchleach, it's surprisingly quiet. There are people out on the streets, but not nearly as many as you remembered there being the last time you come through here. And they're in groups. They're
Like
kind of like,
frightened groups?
no, they're like gossiping with each other. And and then they kind of look and see you guys approach, and then they kind of just stare and watch you, and then they go back to just kind of street gossiping with each other. Like you can hear them kind of silently speaking with each other. And as you come into the area that you know to be the boundary of Shadowheath between the East Road, you begin to look around and you can see the Coin Striker Guild House, like in amongst some other large buildings. The Coin Striker Guild House currently has about a dozen guards in front of it. There is the roof of the third story of the guild house is completely collapsed in, and there seems to be wagons out front, officiates. You notice a couple acolytes that might be healers or priests. There's a lot going on in front of the Coin Striker Guild House right now.
Like a bird decided to take it, come and collapse.
Hard to tell
the
from
roof?
this distance.
Fire.
You guys are pretty
Charge?
far. It's hard
Okay,
to
let's
tell.
get closer.
Okay. Oh, hold it. Sorry. Spots in the investigation. Well, please move along.
Okay, we're looking for Holdystone Foot.
Foot.
We
Oh.
had a job from him
Did you know him?
Yes.
Oh
There
no.
we go.
Oh,
briefly.
can you remember the last time you saw him?
We saw him at
4
Pikes.
days ago. Up by Pikes.
Oh, at the meeting up there near the crossroads.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what all of our other witnesses said too. He kind of looks over his shoulder back at the upper story. Well, yeah, sorry, he's missing,
Oh.
and some of his friends too.
What
No.
what
they're
happened?
probably dead.
What happened?
We don't really know, really. We heard a loud crash. A patrol checked in. Well, the captain came over, saw what happened, and the entire the entire third story was completely just like ripped out, and it was very strange. No blood, no sign of anything.
Are there
Just-
any members of the
Coin Striker.
Coin
Guild.
Strikers here?
No, they were all up in that floor.
So
That
all
was
the
their
Coin
personal
Strikers are
residence.
Um,
Was
Are
there
they
Somebody
any
doesn't like
feather?
taxes.
Nothing on. Why would you say feathers? That's a
About
really weird question.
Or teeth?
we're
We
part
saw really-
Feathers,
we saw
claws,
really
or teeth?
We ran into an iceberg recently.
we're part of the Watchers,
Pikes Watchers.
Pikes Watchers.
Oh, yeah, I heard about you lot.
Do you think we could go and
I was
investigate?
told by the magistrate that if any of the watches came through, you were free to examine the location.
Thank you.
You're welcome, I think. Feathers, claws, and
Things. We find things
But-
everywhere.
Okay,
it
let's
was
go
up in
investigate.
The third story. I don't think an ice worm would have gotten.
Well, let's
it
go
from the top.
investigate.
Iceberg. It ate your raptors.
But yeah, the raptors are actually.
It was specifically
surprisingly
targeting those people up there.
Don't let them.
are you people
confuse
crazy?
Yes.
We've been out
Yes.
in the wild a lot.
I've seen a lot
Oh.
of things this last
Well,
couple
just
of
park your
days.
rig and your kit down there at the end. Don't disrupt the scene.
Okay.
Just let Captain Manfred know that you're coming to
Where is
examine
he?
the site. I don't know. He's probably somewhere up in the building.
We will.
Take
Thank you.
a look at things. Yeah. And he watches. It's kind of like a static of pickets, where guards are just kind of clumped in, like in little pods, and kind of taking a look at the damage. As you guys get closer to it, you get over to where you're supposed to park your rig. You look, and it's a pretty sizable building. The entire third story roof is gone. But based on the way it's kind of laid outwards, either something blew out from the inside or something just ripped the roof off.
Where are the pieces of the roof?
You don't see any. Just there's slats and pieces of lumber hanging, but there's no looking around in the street. There's some debris, but not enough to account for that much missing material.
Can we look around, see if there's any like big footprints or something?
Give me a survival check.
One of us should stay with the Bardo.
I'll stay with the Bardo.
I was gonna say Jerry.
I don't think Jerry should stay with the Bardo.
Oh no! When Jerry sees a science question, he's
Yeah,
on it.
Yeah, I
Hey,
want to go find out.
Magic question.
Yes,
I don't think
magic.
Jerry should stay with
I was
the
done
Bardo.
with magic.
How far away is the building from us right now?
Where you're parked at, maybe 100 feet. And it-
18?
18. There are a lot of tracks down here. Nothing that would concern you as being sizable. Like there's boot tracks, there's horse, like shod horse, there's everything that would be normal traffic you kind of pick up on, but nothing abnormal, nothing that seems different from the norm.
I leave Ivory with Willa.
Okay, so Ivory and Will are staying with the Vardo. The rest of you?
I'm gonna go upstairs
I
to the
use my
third floor.
bridge to play with.
I stealthily come up the back.
Stay.
Okay, you go around the back to
Okay.
kind of come up a different way.
Ivory.
The way the resident structures are all kind of tightly around this guild hall, it creates a series of alleys, but there's not a traditional back space. It's a back alleyway with a rear entrance. So as you head back there, kind of check the door. It's locked.
There's a window above that I grappled up toward.
You take a look. Yeah, about 12 feet up. There's a couple closed windows. To your right, there's a window, and to your left, there's a window as well.
A slide check?
I'm gonna go to the front door.
You're heading up to the front door
Yep.
at this point. Jerry?
Go to the front door and go
Okay, so
upstairs.
you and Jade are
To look at
heading
the
towards the
whole-
front.
I can't resist. I gotta like follow Scarlet and watch all of her.
Yeah, you're just like, she's like
Okay.
looking for the best way to climb up to the window, and there's like a window right next to her, and you just like, give me acrobatics as you begin to climb and find your handhold and footholds and get up to the next window.
1.
You get about
Ouch.
2 feet up. What happens to you? You're on your way up.
Slimy, and I slip off.
And you land on your ass right at Maro's feet. And he's just kind of looking down at you, like shaking his head. And he walks over and he opens up the window to the right.
Maybe grab her by the scruff of her neck
And just like put her inside of it. You hear her land on her ass. Hey, cop.
I love
Somebody's
that
sneaking
you're,
in the
like,
back,
protecting her,
Cap.
but you still let her fall.
As the two of you come up the front, what are you doing, Bella? Because you're like looking around the grounds and just kind of looking to see if you can see anything.
We'll ask people like if they like have you like find some maybe some people that might know something if they've seen anything at night.
Okay, so you start
Investigating, talking.
kind of talking to the crowd. So Jerry and Jade, you come in through the front just in time to see the very back of this kind of like common room, a window open, and then Scarlet is unceremoniously just kind of plopped into the ground. The captain of the guard looks at the two of you coming in and quickly looks over his shoulder. And then a sergeant of arms kind of like steps out of the other room. Cap, someone's sneaking in the back.
I don't know why she didn't just use the front door.
Who are you people?
We're with Pike's Watchers.
Oh, yeah. The magistrate mentioned you all exist. Zalabe has said that if you arrived, that we should afford you the opportunity of being able to investigate the scene. So, how did you know of this dwarf?
He sent us on a job, and we
To
were
the Glass Barrel, yeah?
Yeah.
We interviewed at least 3 other groups that were supposed to leave for the Glass Barrel. Never got a chance to.
Well, we did, but
Oh, any success? Any reports to offer to this conversation, perhaps?
no, we were coming back, and we were trying to get more information.
Oh, more information in regards to...
Any more information? If he'd come up with any more information, to try and help with leads.
Oh, so you went all the way there?
We didn't go all the way there.
Oh,
We were looking around.
looking around where?
Could you be any more like suspicious?
Oh my God,
Jesus.
diplomacy.
No, it's
I wanna
not.
roll.
I mean, you can give me persuasion to see if
Wow,
you can kind of dig your way out of
automatic
this.
fail with that. We kind of just looking around.
I am always honest.
I know. I know.
Take line when you get for your next
Lie?
yeah.
Deception?
For your,
I mean, you can give me either persuasion or deception. It's up to yours.
I just want to do a charisma roll and succeed.
I just want the cheat codes for Atari.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you say? Roll.
Either perception or deception. Or
Persuasion.
sorry, either
Persuasion
persuasion
or
or
deception.
deception.
They're both a 2. 17 plus 2 is 19.
Yeah. Oh well. Sorry, just for a minute there, it sounded like a kind of like a conversation that was going in circles. Anyways, you and your friends are free to go upstairs if you want to examine things up there. Not too much to look at. We're still a little unsure what caused that roof to cave in, but we're giving it our best.
Yeah.
No sign of the bodies.
I'm sure your best is
No,
inadequate.
nothing. No sign of any remains,
Where
any
did-
sign of any kind of struggle other than the roof caving in.
I'm going
So
upstairs.
did
I'm
the
tired
roof
of hearing
cave
this
in?
guy
It didn't
talk.
blow out. It
Uh,
caved in. Most of the roof is inside.
Well, the roof is gone. I mean, what else would?
Well, where's?
What do you mean? Where's
where
the
did-
rest of the roof?
Where did the roof go?
I don't know.
You
Could
didn't-
be all over the place, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, look, I mostly just like keep the city under watch and protection. Look, I don't do this investigation shit.
I'm not
You
a
guys go
engineer.
upstairs and deal with this nonsense.
Okay.
Bad enough I was up at shit morning. Had to come all the way. Sorry.
Jerry's taking an aspirin.
Joker went to the garden.
He watches Jerry just like. "Fuck,
And I
I'm
just
outta
walk
here."
upstairs.
Yeah.
I nod to the garden and follow up.
Okay.
For my head to stop hurting from
Fair. So as the four of you head upstairs, Bella, you're still outside. Now give me a perception check as you begin to look around at the crowd to see if there's any juicy targets. The four of you make it up top to the second story. The second story is a mix of a library and like a workshop, and you can see there's like a lot of maps here. So like maybe this is the floor where they do a lot of their research and organize their guild to do like different excursions or whatever.
24.
24?
I got a natural 20 and a 4.
Okay, good to know. As the four of you bypass this and go up to the next flight of stairs, it's the third floor is not much left of it. Like you, not only is most of the roof absent, but most of the inner walls are absent. You notice that a lot of the major bedrooms have been gutted out and shattered. Something very large or something very large, either from the inside or from the outside, just completely just destroyed this third floor. Just destroyed it.
Yeah, you said they're shattered, but is the debris there or is the debris missing?
Give me an insight check as you try to see if there's enough debris here to account for everything.
Is there a chair?
Yeah, there's a chair.
Dirty
I
20.
sit it up and sit in it.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
30-20? No. No, there's not enough here. It doesn't make sense. There should be a lot more debris here. The roof, the interior walls, very strange.
Are there any traces of magic?
Give me an Arcana check.
Is there sand?
Give me a survival check.
I'm gonna also check your Oh, I rolled a 20.
There is a thin film of sand covering everything.
Oh.
Guys,
Jar of dirt reacting in my pocket.
is it the same dirt that's in her jar? I mean, like the same type of dirt,
I mean, look at it. It's almost like a talcum powder. It's very fine.
very fine sand.
Yeah,
Very, very similar to the freaking creatures that attacked us.
Kind of.
The
Yeah.
whirling dervishes.
There's just little jars just going. Little jar of dirt just
Doing something from like Big Hero 6.
feeling it buzz.
So I'm gonna tell Jerry. Jerry, I think that same
Big
creature
dirt.
that attacked us may
Mhm.
have attacked these guys. The one that, or one similar.
Oh, by the way, who has the small
She has
gem?
the small
You have
tiny
the
gem.
small gem. Okay.
She's buzzing. She's buzzing.
I was just curious because couldn't remember if Jerry had it or
I
you
had
had it
Yeah,
We
he has
didn't
the
want-
big-
we didn't want
give it
them
to him yet.
in the same.
Vicinity.
in the same parsec.
Yeah.
Oh my god, our son's out there squealing.
He's adorable.
Um,
God, it's cutie.
So Jerry,
Think before you speak. Ask me one question. And make sure it's an important one.
It's got to be important.
Well, there's conversations going
I
on
think the
with
people
We'll get to you in a minute.
that attacked are also after you.
That's a statement, not a question.
I didn't say it was a question.
Who's after me?
I'm gonna pull out the messenger case. That copper messenger case
Do that in
we
here.
lift out of it. There's nobody else in here, right?
I mean, there's you and
Right, but nobody other than us.
no, currently not. No, they're all
Right.
downstairs doing whatever they're doing downstairs. Yeah.
I put up crime scene tape across the door so they don't walk in. Just kidding. All right. No, I'm
It's all
saying
written in the gray language.
That's right. Just numbers.
And
Do you
the
know common
copper
language?
messenger case has their guild insignia on it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this guild.
Oh yes, I know they're after me.
Well,
I think they've been
I'm gonna
looking
open it
for
up.
me.
Oh, it's getting worse.
It's melting.
And
Sugar does dissolve.
they have anatomy drawings
Mhm.
of halflings
Mm.
and a toe.
Can I see it?
Like in your mind, you're like, oh fuck, that's my toe.
Oh, how,
You
where'd
know,
my
the
toe
funny-
go?
The funny part is that you can eat your own toe.
You just kind of remember that last time you were getting out of the lab and one of them took a swipe at you and you felt something on your foot,
Oh, okay.
but it grew back that same night, so it wasn't really that big of a deal.
Okay. And
And after we broke the glyph, the warding glyph on
Mhm,
the
mhm.
copper messenger case,
yes.
that's when all this happened. With the whirling dervishes that came after us, and they were looking for my bag.
Hmm.
And when did they say that this attack happened?
Yeah.
Was it last night?
Yeah,
Okay.
previous night, yeah.
And that was 2 nights after we got attacked?
Yeah, approximately.
Is my bullshit detector going off?
Why would your bullshit detector be going off?
Is there more?
Okay, and that
Oh, here he goes.
that turtle,
Yes.
I think he was with them too.
How do you know that?
Well, I mean, it's back in the camp, but he's got a halfling head in the jar that looks like you.
Hmm.
And journal.
And
I can't open it.
oh, because it has magic on it.
It's locked. I
It's-
can't open it.
It's locked.
Yeah.
It's like it has a mechanical lock on it.
No, I could pick that.
Okay.
Do we need to take it to someone to unlock it?
Well, so I don't know if we unlock it, if that'll tell somebody else that it's unlocked. But the guy that it belongs to is dead. But so is the guy that the locked case was dead. But
I'm
the
a big
last one,
president.
the last one, it had the glyph told the person when the glyph was unlocked.
Uh-huh.
And this one might too.
It stands to reason if it
Well,
has the same
I
symbol.
want to know what's in it.
Okay, well we can go and pay to get it unlocked.
Well,
So, as I've been sitting there, I'm looking at the room. Okay. And my mathematical mind is taking all the bits and pieces and like putting them all back to where they belong. And then I want to discover basically, did they bring something in? And then it broke out? Or did something come in?
Give me an intelligence check for starters as you begin to reconstruct the
Kevin?
puzzle
I got it,
that
I
you
got
can
it.
see in front of you.
Okay, I love this part.
You should do it in your spaceship.
Gosh damn it. I gotta put my damn glasses on. Jerry puts these glasses on. These bifocal things. No, it's kidding. So 16.
16.
Grays are temporary.
Now give me an insight check.
Insight check. Come on. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. 16. Dirty 20.
320. As your mind begins to rewind, everything comes back. And you get up out of your seat and you begin to walk through the reconstructed third story. The dwarf and the other coin strikers are around a table, and it makes sense because the table was still intact because that's where you got the chair from. So you walk over to the table. There's an imprint on the table around something with a round base was sitting on the table. They seem to be examining it. They seem to be arguing about opening it. And then everything flashes around you as a great kind of like sandstorm erupts. It erupts in such a way that everything is blown out, but absorbed at the same time, but not entirely. You come across a group of kids that are laughing and shrieking about the amazing sandstorm they saw the other night. And you stand there as you kind of lean, listening to them talk. The middle of the night, sound of like a huge loud wind, and they're laughing about it, and they're playing out like kids do. You know, they play out the game of what happened, because whether it's true or not, it's their imagination. You know, and kind of look from them up to the roof, and that's when you begin to notice on some of the wagons in the nearby buildings, there's a really fine kind of sand that reminds you of the sand in your container, the sample you took. And then you feel
Tell me your secrets.
something in your pocket that's kind of warm, and the gem is kind of pulsing slightly. And as you look at it, you watch as everywhere you see the weird sand begins to slowly rise up. And you cover the gem, and the sand all collapses back down to the ground.
No.
You feel a tug on your elbow. What's wrong with you? Are you crazy? Oh, you're right, Lisa. She's crazy. No, I'm going to leave her alone. And then the small child just kind of walks away from you.
What did you kids see last night?
It rained sand.
Did you? That's it? Just sand?
Yeah. Well, there was like a really big cloud of it over that building, and it got really loud, and we ran away.
Thank you.
I'm 4.
He has a really good speech pattern for a 4-year-old.
Well, in the medieval times,
I'm
we
4.
got married at 8, so we spoke
right.
really well by the time we were 4.
Yeah, I guess so.
I want to go over to Jade and ask her, to show me that sigil that's on the box.
Okay.
Messenger
at it.
case.
And then I'm going to go back downstairs and start looking through all their research material and see if I can find anything that matches it.
Yeah, get an investigation check as you begin to rifle through their gear and other items that they have in the room.
Looking for anything that's on the ground that scattered about that might be.
I rolled a 15, so that's a 14.
It's actually not that hard to find. There's lots of different things here that have that insignia on it. There's even open map cases that have it. There's maps hanging on the wall that have it. There's the occasional book that you see opened with notations near it, like a book with a kind of inked emblem that matches it, kind of the
And
interior of the book.
Is this
Golden ravens.
Mm-hmm.
is this the same symbol that's on that urn that was unearthed?
No.
Okay,
There's
so-
no similarities here. That urn felt old,
Okay.
very old.
Did any of because the kids were reenacting something, did any of the kids like reenact something that they saw, like a figure, not just the sand, but like any of the other kids see something?
When they play out the event, they all like to spin around, and they call themselves the Sandman.
Great. I'm going back to the wagon now.
Metallica starts playing.
Yeah.
Okay, so based on the circle or the circle shape on the table where they had set that,
Mm-hmm.
is it the same dimensions as what was the canister that was attached to the donkey?
Looks like it. What's your give me a perception check, Willa?
Okay. Ooh, that's an 18 plus 3.
You hear a noise on the inside of the Vardo.
Ooh, really?
Like a thunk.
Oh, Ivory's gonna turn around and. Did Ivory hear it? Hold on.
Give me a perception check.
Was it me?
She dies saving the party. Her memory will never be forgotten. We all get
Cool.
tattoos of her.
I'm gonna go investigate it.
It-
She got a 12.
yeah. I mean, Ivory's ears perk up. No discernible direction. You hear it, and you kind of climb into the back of the Vardo. The lid on the smuggling compartment kind of thumps.
I could either not do that and it might destroy the Bardo, or I can take it out and it'll probably escape.
Ivory's gonna jump on it.
Yeah.
On the lid.
On the lid,
Yeah.
Sit on the lid.
she sits like she's all proud. Like kicks again. Kicks again. And you watch as in reverse sand is going upwards through the cracks of the Vardo. They swirl as you stare at it and then drop to the ground on the interior of the Vardo. And now
Like
there's
a-
just sand everywhere.
Like maybe at the same time somebody was playing with their gem? Maybe.
It's in my chest right now. I ain't going nowhere.
Time dilation is what
Yeah.
I'm thinking of.
Possibly.
I don't know that until she
You don't
said it.
know that, but your meta pigeons too in your ear.
I'm drawing the conclusions that I might get later, if that makes
Fair.
any sense.
Very fair. Bizarre, but fair.
I see you beyond.
Well, she is a tree.
There is no future. There is only
Okay.
Jerry takes another aspirin. And then like rubs right
Who
here.
like rubs the whole bridge of his nose.
Okay,
I want to pull out the spell book. That I got
so I
off
want to go
that
down
first
and
one.
now examine that
Okay.
piece taken off the donkey.
So you head
You
down.
know, do some measurements.
Scarlet and Mara, what are you two doing?
I'm gonna look for hidden chambers.
Give me investigation.
I'm gonna follow Jerry.
Yeah, you're looking, and then you watch as Jerry kind of goes down the stairs pretty quickly, and you follow him out to the Vardo just in time to see Bella come rushing over to the Vardo. She's like putting something down her shirt, kind of holding on to it as she gets near the Vardo.
Are you well, Belladonna?
We should go. We should really go. We should get everybody. We should go.
Yes, there was something.
I would say Willa's look like she's a little strange, but that'd be hard for you to discern.
Yeah. So she's normal.
Obvious.
So
She's
acting
in the
completely
Vardo,
normal.
kind of. She's in the back of the Vardo. Ivory looks a little spooked.
She's still sitting on the
Yeah.
trapdoor.
What's wrong, girl?
Timmy fell down the well.
Point. Yeah, Jimmy fell down the well.
I'm going back to the Bardo.
Who's Jimmy?
I haven't found anything.
Okay.
In my search, did I find anything searching the floor or around?
Oh, just a lot of sand.
Okay.
Hello,
Then
Willow.
I'm gonna go back to the Bardo,
Oh,
and I want to
Jerry.
try
What's going on?
out of my spell book that I got
Well,
from that first wizard.
I'm
that
here to get that
whenever-
container that the donkey had on it.
I want to
Snack.
try and cast.
I don't know if you
Scry.
want to do that. It just, I think whatever we
Fair.
put in there tried to escape just now.
Oh, I need to look at it.
slide
have a
the.
good grip.
You have
Jerry?
to put your hand on Ivory's nut muzzle to get her off the thing, and
Nut muzzle?
don't-
Sounded like you
I'll
said
put it
nut
on.
muzzle.
He did. I'll put it on her muzzle, but not her
Is
nuts.
Ivory a boy or a girl?
Ivory's a girl.
Just making sure.
Hey, you don't know. It's a fantasy campaign.
No, Ivory's a
it's
girl.
been a real long day. I'm literally only 6 hours away from a 24-hour day, so I don't want to hear
Oh, I know. It's all right.
it.
It was funny though. Thank you.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I do
Okay,
not have
so-
game tomorrow night, so
All right. Relax, man.
You
You
were
like-
going home and going to sleep.
yes, you shove the muzzle aside and causes Ivory to kind of move off the plank, and you lift the plank. The lid of the container's open,
Mm-hmm.
and the interior has sand residue,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't see anything else. Just all the cases of coin striker money.
What about the case that
Mm.
was sealed and locked?
Oh, the
That's
wax
what's open.
is now open.
Cool. Did it escape? Did it get out?
Don't know. What'd you get for your investigation?
13.
13. There's a lot of damage here. The walls are damaged enough that they would reveal something if there's a secret chamber or secret something associated to the third floor. So nothing really sticks out to you, which is a little strange, but you're not sure if maybe it got destroyed and whatever happened, but you're not really seeing anything stick out.
Was there any blood upstairs?
None. No sign of any kind of violence whatsoever.
So I put the lid back on, and then I examine it closely, the whole thing.
Give me
Ceramic
investigation
container?
as you begin to examine the container itself.
Because I have blind sight, can I get a feeling if there's anything invisible around us at the moment?
Yeah, give me perception with advantage. You do have blind sight.
I got a nat 20 for 23.
23. Nice.
That will be a 12.
12. There are millions of microscopic tremors that you pick up on. Almost as if something's moving that's barely noticeable.
Around us in the bar.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, like in the entire town kind of feel?
Everywhere within your range of perception. It's so microscopic, it's strange. Jerry, not really sure how you missed this before, but the entire outer surface of the ceramic container reminds you of all the constellations from the observatory. You see a lot of familiar patterns to it.
So inside, if I look inside, there's sand residue.
Powders of it, like
Powders
just
of
enough
it.
for you to kind of run your hand in there.
Does
like,
it look like? Okay, let me just go there, and I hope I'm not metaing this because I have seen the smaller stone. Do I think the smaller stone goes in here and then it draws in whatever it wants to have in there, and then you put the cap on it?
certainly could try.
Would the
No.
smaller stone fit?
I would like to.
Oh yeah, the jar is like this big around like that, almost like an urn.
I would like to see if I can follow the tremors. I'm going to walk and see if they get lesser or more in directions that I move, and see if it's centered on the.
They
photo.
become more diminished the further away from Bella you get.
Bella?
The ceramic pot, is it the same size as the circle that was on the coin striker table?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go outside with it. I'm gonna sit on the ground, and then Bella.
No.
As you walk further away, Willa, and then you see Ivory and Bella kind of having a conversation, or not Ivory. You see, I
Jerry.
meant to call you
Jerry.
Ivar. You watch as Jerry and Bella are having a conversation. Jerry's like,
Bella,
put it,
let's put that in here and see what happens.
and the tremors are very intense around Bella right now. Like they're getting
Bad
stronger.
feeling about this. We should not do this.
Oh, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It's just an experiment.
Jerry, there are tremors.
There are tremors.
Okay, well then that makes it for sure. We need to do this.
No.
We need to contain it.
Will it contain it?
Um,
We don't know if it will contain it. It might get worse.
I don't know what
Alright,
would happen
well-
if I ate it.
Sand started to move when I had it out. We should not bring this thing out.
I wonder what
We
would
should
happen
go.
But I might follow it.
We
if I
should
turn into
go.
Sand. I become a sand tree.
The conch god.
Hey, great conch god. Should we put the primordial stone inside the jar?
I say yes.
Thank
And
you.
why bother? You're just going to pull me again anyway.
That's right.
Think of 100 reasons on why this is a terrible idea.
It's the terrible
I mean, that kind of works for you because the conch is craven. Clearly, that's a craven god. So maybe there are gods.
Yeah.
And
we should go.
Jerry's going to become a god later in the life.
Headcanon. There is actually a gray on the other side of wherever that conch is, and it's actually a two-way speakerphone. And so every time you ask a question, there's a gray on the other side. Just
No, it's not a gray. It would be one of the great old ones,
It's the great.
like the god in yellow.
It's the great.
No, I just
Great.
imagine a guy at like a help desk.
And there's all
Oh, is
these
this-
conches, and he just pushes the button.
Is this Jerry again? Jerry, we know it's not magic.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of this planet. Can you just go ahead and
Nuke it.
Just
yeah,
nuke
nuke
it.
it.
Can you send one of those fission pills?
Yeah, thank you. I'll take it. Yeah, and then I just become a fission reaction, and it just eats the entire outside of the planet. Okay, I'm gonna have to cast. I'm gonna have to do psychic on her because I want that.
It
Okay.
didn't work last time when I was asleep.
I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna walk closer and I'm going to lift Bella up into my branches, so she's no longer touching the ground.
Does the tremors? What happens to the tremors?
Tremor stop.
Oh my god. This thing's just
Do I sense tremors?
No, it's because of her ability.
She has
Okay.
tremor sense.
Well,
Yeah.
I have blind sight.
So when you
Blind
pick her
sight.
up, do you tell her that? Tell me that the tremor stop.
Yes.
Okay.
It's definitely something connected with that stone, but it's like I don't know
That's
for
why
sure.
I want to experiment with it. Thank you.
The conch said no.
I
Like, Bella's like up in the tree limbs, but the conch said no.
No.
Jerry.
Well, can I see the conch then? Because I need to ask it a question. What's it made out of?
I mean, it looks like a normal seashell.
I
Oh,
crush it.
Why would you crush
I'm
the
just
holy
messing
symbol?
with you.
Her string no longer
Energy
works.
comes out of it and it
You toss the conch over to Jerry, and Jerry's like, and then you hear the conch go, "Let me go."
Seems delicate.
You know what? I'd like to see to figure out how to even ask a question. Couldn't even find the button. Keep
Well,
it here.
it seems really delicate, like it could break if I dropped it or
Go ahead.
accidentally
Apparently, there's a
smashed
demon
it.
shoved in there. I'd love to see what happens if it came out.
Well, that's an
That's
experiment. That's fair.
Probably
So
is a demon in
I'll
there.
I'll trade you that you can see if the demon's in here, and I can see what I can glean from that gem you have.
Nope, you can have fun with my conch. It's been haunting me for a long time.
I mean, you do have a bigger gem.
Yeah,
What
but
if-
it won't fit
what if-
inside.
Wait.
It
I have a
might.
question. What
Okay,
if that's the only
fine.
way?
If I don't get to play with the little gem, then I'll use my big
Oh.
gem.
No, I have a
Let's
war
do
I
the
start
little
to go
gem
to touch it
first.
on the ground. I'm
Guys,
going
let's do
slowly.
the wait.
We
He's
could try
got
put it
gem.
in this.
Is it tremoring?
Is it tremoring? As soon as he pulls it out of his pocket.
Wait,
Nothing.
Jerry,
Yes.
yours.
What if
It's
the
not
only way-
tremoring when. the
Well, I haven't
ground's not
touched it on the
tremoring.
ground yet.
She didn't either.
Can I have
It
an
was just
idea?
in her
What's that?
hands.
Well, I'm
Can the conch
experimenting,
be stuck
so
in
I
his
need to
hand? 'Cause
experiment
the
with that
only way
gem,
you can
and
take
she's
my
not.
conch is if you ask
um,
for it. And the
Well,
only
you
way
threw
can
it to
get-
him, right?
Yeah.
I steal the gem.
So that means that it's stuck in his hand. I couldn't get rid of the conch until you asked for it.
Okay.
It's like you're kind of tired of it. You go to throw it back at her.
Damn.
And it's like stuck to your head now.
The curse has been passed.
Well, I wanted to experiment, but this was not the experiment. that I wanted to like
How
complete
would
today.
Jerry explain this in magic?
I have been tasked with stealing the gem.
Which one?
I don't believe in curses and I don't believe in magic,
by
so I
Heaven.
just give it back to her.
Nope,
It's
good
stuck
luck.
to your
Asked me
hand.
to steal
Oh,
the gem.
Doesn't come loose. Give me a slight. While they're doing this, she's up in the tree.
Nope, I'm fully aware.
You can try and give me a sleight of hand.
She's gonna have to try
it's-
and climb a tree first.
First,
A tree that's
like wrapped around me.
30-20.
30, 20. I mean, no matter what, getting up to her, she's going to be warned. She knows you're coming.
No.
Eventually, a guard comes over. What are you doing? It's like looking up at the tree, your tree,
Mhm.
and then looking
There-
at Jerry, who's trying to get a conch off his head. And then, like, Scarlett's climbing up the tree to, like, get something out of the dwarf's bra and, like, can't get it out. I mean, I'm all for allowing interesting people to, like, help. But I can assure you, nothing any of you are doing is really helping.
we're
How
playing
do
a
you know
game of
that?
Keep away.
Wait.
Well, because your performance has gathered up onlookers.
Why don't you shoo them away like you're supposed to? Isn't that
I
your
think it
job?
would be a lot easier just to move you all into the building and out of people's view.
We don't want to go in the building right now. We're trying to conduct an experiment.
A what?
Just up the
Guys-
tree. Trying.
I'll use my telepathy in his head and go, can you please go away while we could do this experiment? And then when we're done, we'll go inside.
Jerry, I think it would be
Give me
more
persuasion.
prudent to do this experiment outside of a town with people in it. If you're
Oh
going
my
to do
God. Okay. What am I rolling? I just forgot.
Persuasion.
Whatever it is, just like sucked every thought out of my head into her branches. What persuasion? Okay.
it. You're welcome.
That's such a Willa and Jerry moment.
Persuasion. Okay. 10. So
10.
I make it, so he leaves.
You like stop to like you're like mid like telepathy with him, and then you're like, "Fuck, Willis, shut up!" And he's all right. This is just too fucking weird. He like actually leaves because of weirdness factor. He's just like, I'm telling the captain, I've had enough of this shit. And he's like
Wait a
stomping
minute.
towards the guild house.
Oh, darn it. Okay.
You have fun with my conch there?
Do you want it back?
No.
Okay. That's fine. Can I put it somewhere else on my body?
Yeah.
Okay. I just stick it on my head. Okay, at least I have my hands free now.
You look like a unicorn.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, he has no hair. He's got a conch on his head. It's stuck there like
Okay,
glue.
so
Conch
here's the. Why are you so resistant to this experiment?
I have a bad feeling. The sand went after it. We should go. We should just go.
Well, okay, listen.
It's the first
We
time
don't
the
want
conch
this
has been in my
leave.
head.
What if we leave the sand here and it turns into something, and then guess what? It
Oh, yeah,
destroys
sure.
the
Let's
town.
do that. Let's destroy the people of the town. For a person who likes to heal people, I sure love to destroy people. No.
Oh, you get destroyed with a boulder, remember?
Okay, they had it coming.
The innocent tax collector.
You know, I've heard a lot of this logic in the regular media. It's very
Yeah.
interesting.
Like all the Russian troops have this logic.
Yeah.
You mean the boulder that
Listen.
saved your life?
Maybe we should talk about this inside the Bardo or
No.
somewhere other than here.
No,
Away from
I wanna
the-
talk about here.
Bardo.
Now,
It's Jerry yelling up at a dwarf in a tree with Scarlet and
Willa, can I have a
Harrow and
conversation
Jade
on
just
the
kinda
ground,
like
please?
shaking
Don't,
their
Willa,
heads.
don't let me
My
go.
face appears out of the tree at your level.
Not you.
And it oscillates into existence. It's just
Okay.
this creepy tree face, and then it folds back
Okay.
in, and then a giant ear.
Okay.
You hear "I'm all ears."
All right, Bella. Bella, I'm sorry, but you're going to cause this to happen, and there's nothing I can do about it. I have to use
Jerry,
the big
let's-
gym now.
Let's do it outside of town.
No, I'm going to do it right here.
Oh, no.
I'm going to have to use the big gym and put it on the ground to collect all this sand. And I don't know what's going to happen.
Jerry, what happens?
It
if
could
you
create
do
a
that?
huge monster that destroys the town, or we could try to put all the sand maybe back in this by putting that in there, and it collects the sand, and we put the lid on.
No, the conch said no. Listen to the conch.
So the conch
You
is
mean-
no longer yours.
I know, but I'm still listening to it.
Fair point.
Okay, so what if I touch the big on the sand on the ground?
Nothing happens. The only experience that you've had with it is if you either put something directly onto it from your own hand. As you place it on the ground, there's no immediate reaction to anything.
Interesting, because it was having a reaction to everything before.
No,
With
he was
the
saying
small-
stuff that we
So I
put
put
on.
the
When you
conch-
stuff on it.
I put the conch on it.
You watch as this huge construct and its head is a conch. Thank you. I've been trying to come back into existence
You're
for
welcome.
well over a millennia.
Well,
Now all of you will serve me clam chowder every
thank
day.
you. Thank you.
Oh, that's almost more.
What size bowl do you
terrible.
want, sir? I'd rather do that than be in this party right now. No, I touch it, nothing happens.
No,
While this is happening,
I mean, you
you
are
try-
I just
inspired.
stick it on the side of my
You're
arm.
inspired to realize that Will is kind of a natural collector of natural things.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absorb this.
Thank you.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, it had to be her asking.
She
for
had
it.
to
Yeah,
ask
she has
for
to
it.
ask
Nope.
She has
for
to
it.
ask
She
for it
reached
first.
for it.
Nope, she has to ask for it.
She does have to ask for it. Do you ask for it?
I didn't ask for it. I'm not gonna ask for it. I'll accept it, and I'll take
It's
things.
not the same.
It's not the
Same.
same.
Apparently you have to ask for it. But I know
Don't
you
do
don't
it,
want to
Willa.
do that.
Do not
I
do
think
it.
you're more about stealing
Now
and
you're forewarned.
absorbing.
I do actually. While this is going on,
Why do I feel like
I
this
got
is a
a
game of hot
weird-
potato? Some bullshit.
I got a weird feeling just now, and I want to send my my tendrils out more and get a sense because we're being really noisy right now, and I want to
That's
see.
what I'm trying to get you guys.
I'm trying to see if
stop.
there's
I'm ready to
anybody
go.
that's
I'm ready to go in the
paying
Vardo.
attention.
Oddly enough, no one's really. I mean, everyone's pretty fixated on the guild house and kind of like the clusters of people just kind of gossiping about what happened or what they think happened, and you can hear just whispers of conversation. But other than that, nothing. It's almost like you're not nearly as exciting as you guys all think you are. The
That's it.
destroyed
guard said we
building
were.
and the mysterious sandstorm seems to be far more exciting than kind of the weirdness that you guys are doing.
Okay, good. We're actually incognito for once.
Willa, I'm ready to go in the Bardo. Let's go.
What are you guys doing?
All right, let's test this out. You pull out, or Willa, bring her down. You pull out the stone, and let's see what happens.
In the town.
That's
I
where the
think
sand
The
is.
sand's in the
That's where
town.
sound.
Do you put her down?
We're all monitoring it.
As soon as you set her down, you begin to refill those tremors again. But everything is now coalescing underneath her feet, and you watch as like a
Guys, bad idea.
It's
There's
like-
things
Hold
going on.
Hold on.
swirling around
Calm
her.
down.
It arcs over her, and you now watch as the stone is like beginning to absorb the sand.
Put the
It's
stone
absorbing
in.
the sand, but is the sand going away or is the sand
It's
swirling?
absorbing it.
No,
The
no,
gem gets a little bigger.
No.
Put
No,
it
no,
in.
no, no, no.
Bella,
Put it
wait,
in the jar.
Put it in the jar.
Not like this.
Yes.
Just as she throws it into the jar, all the sand, and you watch as Jerry puts the lid on
Put the
it,
lid on.
and it seems contained.
Thank you. I take another aspirin.
How's those tremors?
Gone.
Interesting.
I go put it back in the Vardo
And you kind of like
and put it in the little
Move it.
spot.
Did it become sealed again?
did become
Yeah,
sealed again.
I put the seal on it. I
So
mean, I
what
put the
the
lid on.
I would
it.
say when you put that lid back on it, and you're carrying it over.
Mhm.
Your passive would be high enough to see this. Something with claws peeled it open.
But
in our Vardo?
I was there
Mhm.
and I didn't see it.
I don't go back in the Vardo.
So there's a potential that we had another one of those gems and something took it. Maybe.
Don't know.
because
Check
There
the
was
check
no-
the space in there and see if there's something in there.
Okay.
I'll stand here and guard your back.
You would like me to
And it doesn't look like ivory
investigate
claws.
the Vardo.
Oh no, not at all.
Something in there's got claws.
Maro, you
Be
can like
careful.
climb up into it. I mean, it's a sizable interior, so it takes you a moment to kind of look around and give me a perception check as you look around.
There's two little things with the eyes. Damn it. Should have killed those things and throw a light at it.
That's a wiener. They're gonna
How you
settle.
still feeling about Mike Shell?
Yeah, that's a wiener. I don't know how I managed to get that to not settle.
Cock it.
Then
Remember,
just roll
re-roll
it
it.
again. Cock
This
it.
doesn't do
Cock
it
it.
anymore.
It's re-roll it. It's cocked.
Okay.
Stress.
13.
That's
Stress killed it.
16.
16.
3.
So 19.
No, 13 plus 3.
plus 3.
Oh, they
13
said
plus 3 is 16.
You hear scratching noises, and that's when you kind of look up,
I can't even use it.
and you can see the silhouette of a weird creature on top of the Vardo, and it's slightly depressed in, just as you see a claw, and then the canvas of the top of the Vardo. As you see a single yellowed-eyed creature kind of look down at you, and that's where we're going to finish tonight.
Yeah. Good looking out. Good looking out. Oh.
it's only 10 o'clock.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, that's when we end 10 o'clock.
Takes
guys
a while
got
for us to get
2
home.
weeks from now. Yeah.
And this
Until I
guy's
get
had a,
used
what,
to
a
this new
24-hour
schedule. Yeah.
24-hour day? That's a long day.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure how soon the laptop was coming in today.
Yeah.
So I came in ridiculously early, knowing that it probably wasn't going to come in that early. But now I've got a 5 a.m. meeting that I have to be online for because it's 8 o'clock back east.
Oh,
So, hey, everybody, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. We are off next week. So we will be back in 2 weeks, which is the 10th, I believe, correct?
Yes.
Is it 10th?
Yeah.
Yes.
9th? 10th? 10th?
10th.
10th? No. 10th?
Yes, 10th.
9th?
Yeah, it's the 10th.
Is it the 10th?
That's
Yeah.
Monday Steve's birthday.
That is the 10th. Yeah.
No, no.
Wow, look at that. Math works.
Close to mine too.
Math works.
Well,
All right,
we're
everybody.
Celebrating yours.
Be kind.
Stay safe
Stay safe.
and play a game.
And play a game. It's
Play
good
a
for your
game.
mental health.
Woohoo.
Good night, everybody.
That'd be your mental
Yeah,
health.
that's
Not mine. No.
Yeah, that's great.
Don't forget God next time.
You know, I'm used to her being my pain in the ass,
Now the cons is going to be the big.
but now I have a pain in the
That
ass
was
cleric.
that was some pretty clever creativity. I like that. That was really, really good.